Good evening and welcome everyone to tonight's coverage of Asrnz's 2024 GT3 Series 2. Series proudly brought to you and broadcast by MATCHFIT Entertainment and, of course, always the good people over at Race Command, delivering silky smooth servers and technical support to keep all of this stuff running. It is round 6. We are at Spa for a couple of quick sprint races, and as usual, I have the good J-Man and Rusty Shackelford right by my side in the comms box. How you doing this evening, gents?
Yeah, g'day, Davo. G'day, Rusty. Great to be here. You're pumped up for this one, Rusty?
Certainly am. Last time we were here, I remember season 1, if you weren't around and you missed out, because it was a hell of a night. Always good racing here at Spa, especially here. The Asrnz guys, I feel like they just pull something out of the back of the locker when they get to Spa. We always get really good racing here. It's a track it's a driver's track. How many of the best drivers in the world rate this as their track? You know what I mean? It's like this and Suzuka and Bathurst, and that's probably the holy trinity of tracks here in
definitely.
Agreed. Now, look, we are a little late to the party here tonight. However, fashionably, we do see that the AMs and the Pro-Ams are live out there on track as we speak, currently picked up on the 100 car of Jason Bentz, aka Richo, and he's doing his level best to try and fire something in there. However, at the top end of town at the moment, we do have Damien Jones, aka Jarkus. No, he's just been popped off the top by Jacob Wadsworth there with a 218.1, plays a 218.8. So this is your Pro-Am and your Am class out there. They have just basically cycling through, finishing their last laps, and we will see all the Pro and Silver drivers get out there now and go and do their thing, and that's a stacked field as well. But just want to pick up on that if we just can. Wadsworth, that totem, pay no attention to that totem as far as the red icon on the tower. Wadsworth, I think, is very much playing in the Pro-Am category there with the likes of Jarks and Enright and Melling. So just the one driver in between there. Who's that? Ben Collins in amongst there. Maybe we need an update on that totem, boys.
Yeah, I think that's a graphic issue. I don't think he's violated the qualifying rules there. I think that's a graphical issue.
So very, very tight. And then when we look down the list there, Phil Turner, Phil Davison, once again
neck and neck, aren't they?
Engaged in a battle. And, you know, these guys are championship fighting. I think second season in a row that these guys are going at it. But there's more. Nev Shields and Kenny Stimson. They're in that fight too. We'll talk a little bit more about that a little bit later on when it comes to talking points and stuff. So I guess looking at that one there, what can you tell us, Rusty, about obviously Jarks in that fight with Stephen Melling first and second outright in that Pro-Am hunt at the moment?
Yeah,
well, Jarks has had like a surprising season. It's never surprises me how often I get surprised here at Asrnz. And what I mean is there's always one guy that has a breakout year. Like I think back to season 1 and I'm thinking Lucas Saar, Davo. Lucas Saar's season in season 1 was he was dominant in the Pro-Am class. No one could lay a finger on him. There's always someone that just pops up out of nowhere. And for me, this season, it's Damien Jarkus. He has had some seriously good performances. He's had a little bit of bad luck along the way. There's been caught up in little incidents here and there. And the way our points structure works here is it rewards consistency. So if you do have a bad run of races, you can find yourself losing a lot of ground, and it's very difficult to make it up again. So despite that, though, he's still kind of sniffing around, isn't he, in the Pro-Am Championship? So
definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's been the one to watch for me in the Pro-Am Championship. In the Am class, we saw a fantastic result last week, didn't we, by one Am in particular, that being Mark Turbot in the Porsche. So I think he finished, didn't he end up finishing in the top 15 or thereabouts for the Red Bull Ring race? Like, it was a pretty good performance.
Yeah, no, he was right up there. So, you know, he's doing a stellar job as well. So, we'll give a shout out to Vaughan Martin. Couldn't make the race tonight. Asking for a bit of a classic Belgian song from Rusty.
Song. We'll have to work on that in the break, I think, in between races.
However,
let me brush up.
couple of old names back tonight. Great to see Nick McIndoe and Mark Marjorie back out on track. And also special guest tonight to make a round is Matt McEwen. Now, we had the pleasure of broadcasting, obviously, Saturday night with the esports qualifier at Rebel Ring. And this is the guy that clean swept the round. So be good to see how Matty McEwen does here tonight up against the likes of Antoon, I think Webley, Rees and co. Plenty more names. I'm not going to sell anyone out there, but there's plenty of guys that are going to step up here tonight. Rusty, you mentioned about how much of a favourite this track is for a lot of real life race car drivers, but I think it's going to be right up there for the Sim boys too.
Oh, no doubt about it. Like I said, it tests. I think you need a lot of patience here at Spa when you're racing to be successful. There's a couple of places here that, like a Venus flytrap, will
coax
instantly.
You in. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but not like animal magnetism levels of drawing you into a move. As you know, here at Asrnz, the overlap rule is any part of the car is considered to be an overlap, and I often, when we're at Spa and I think of that rule being applied, I just come straight to Radion and Eau Rouge, right? Where, okay, yes, the car, you must be given space if you have overlap, but do you want overlap there? Because I don't. I want to slot in behind. I don't want to be alongside anyone when I go through Eau Rouge, you know? So it's one of those tracks that tests that mentality. Do you have the patience to, slot in behind, or do you take the Ayrton Senna approach that any gap is a good one and you go for it? Well, you may not be Ayrton Senna.
It's definitely an interesting one, Rusty, because, you talk about that Rouge Radion, and then, which leads into the Kemmel Straight. And, if you can time it right to come out of there and be tucked up behind someone, it can be worth a lot as you head down the Kemmel Straight there. So, interesting car positioning can be critical at that phase of the track. But I'm with you, mate. I don't want to go side by side through there either. So we're a bit lucky, mate. We don't have to tonight.
We don't have to. That's right.
No, we'll just watch it all unfold. But look, mate, doing a stellar job. Look, it is a big track, and there's plenty of places to pass. So yeah, the guys, like you're mentioning, need to be patient.
Well, it's a challenge, Davo, that you've only got 7.5 minutes qualifying here. It is a big lap. It's a big lap. 2 minutes 16 seconds for the Flyers at the front.
Yep.
So you get what? You get two really good shots at it.
2 shots at it. Yep.
If you're lucky, you get 3. Like if you're one of the first ones out of pit lane, you might get 3. But...
Yeah, but even in the race here, like traditionally Spa used as an enduro track, as is places like Bathurst and the like. But here at Asrnz, we run it as a sprint round, or a couple of sprint races. So it really does sort of mix it up a little bit. And, patience is probably not high on the agenda in the sprint races. So
no, that's the thing. Yeah, it's difficult to pass here, especially if you're racing close. But you don't have time. It's not enduro.
And so what do we got here tonight, Rusty, for the viewers at home or anybody tuning in? Sets of tyres with the format. Obviously, we've got 2 qualifying, 2 races. How many sets of tyres have these guys got?
Oh, I'm so glad you brought it up, J-Man, because I really want to pick your brain about this. 3 sets of tyres only here at Spa. Now, Spa can be a tyre killer on the right occasion. So 3 sets of tyres only, 2 qualifying sessions, 2 40-minute races, and there are compulsory tyre stops in those races, so you will be recycling rubber.
So we're talking 6 sessions, and we're talking three sets of tyres.
4 sessions, 2 qualies, 2 races, so 4 sessions, 3 sets of tyres. But yes, if you split the races in half, then you've got your 6, don't you? So how do you use it? Where do you deploy it? There are so many different ways to skin this cat. We might see variances in pace. I think, obviously the start of race 1 is where we'll see the truest pace of the night. And after about 15 minutes of race 1, that's when it stops. After that, it's anyone's guess. People could be banking a good set, taking it off,
absolutely,
putting on a fresh set. There's all kinds of things going on.
Speaking of bank, Rusty, Jamie Kosa has got around 6.5 to 7/10 of a second up his sleeve, which is going to put him on my calculation somewhere. somewhere down a very, very low 16. He's got to go better than a 16.4. He's currently got the Delta with around about 3 corners to go.
Gee, he's not far off a 15 here.
It's going to be perilously close. And yeah, McEwen's parked it. He's done.
Reese is done.
Reese is finished. Antoon's still coming on a very, very good lap.
As is Chan and Fardado as well.
This is a big lap. This is a very, very big lap. This is going to be close.
It on. Wow.
59.97. That is impressive. That is a super, super quick lap. It's the first 15 I've physically ever seen in broadcast trim for us, Davo, I think.
Oh, absolutely. Massive lap from Kosa there. Pipping McEwen too, mind you, who you guys mentioned, who has joined us tonight. Obviously part of the esports qualifying series and joining what we'll call the local boys.
The locals.
The locals, just to see what he can deliver. But some great stuff. It's good qualifying.
That 15, that might have to go into a highlights package or something at some point.
Wow.
That is pure lightning. That is hot butter hitting a hot skillet on a hot day. That's that's not even touching it. It's net coating off the fry pan, you know?
Just full evaporation.
It's just, instantly it turns to dust as soon as it hits the Teflon.
And I mean, just looking at it against McEwen, who we saw clean sweep on Saturday night at Red Bull Ring in the esports qualifier. What are we talking? Half a second? On McEwen, and McEwen knows loud. So epic stuff, ladies and gentlemen. While these guys get themselves sorted, they're just popping the cars on the grid at the moment. Do you guys just want to run through some points as we are getting that together?
Yeah, absolutely. That was pretty impressive. Just watching too. I just before we do that, looking down the list, some very, very good times there, right through the field. Good to see. Aerosmith making that.
T7. Look at
that. T-Fam's got a lot of pace on. I know he can run good 16s. So,
that's his best performance qualifying wise, I think, of the season. P8 in this field. That's really strong. So
super strong. That's a shame. Just replying to Cam Fleming, one of our other esports drivers, unaware. I think, it's a shame not to see you out there, Cam. Don't know what the logistics of that were, other than I think maybe, just needed to reach out. But maybe next time, mate, be good to have you on the grid. However, back to the points for Antoon. 969 over Steve Reese, so some 26 odd points, I think, looking at that, somewhere around there. Difference between first and second, obviously that was a double point round at the Red Bull Ring Enduro.
Yeah, so but let's cast our minds back. That table there could look a whole lot worse for Steve Rees right now. Remember, with 19 minutes to go, he was involved in an incident, hit the wall, smacked into the wall front on, was dropped down to I think about P12, P13, ended up with a P4 at the end of the night. In that last 20 minutes, that is the save of all saves. That's
epic. A very, very good save.
Kept the championship alive.
And then Vic Chant in third place over Shane Fodado. Still doing well with his new promotion up to that pro class. Mitchie Campbell is doing a good job there, top 5 still. And then Stewie Aerosmith in there at P6. Yeah, it's a standout performance so far this season from Stewie over Ethan Cale, Jordan Moss, Sam Carson and Brad Robertson round out the 10. And then I want to pick a little bit on this, as I mentioned earlier, Damien Jones, 589 points in 13th position, outright over Steve Melling in 17th at 574. So very much still alive, that battle. And then Wadsworth back down there in P18, but right behind Steve Melling. As far as the points is concerned, that's well on the hunt. And then this battle, Phil Turner, Nev Shields, Kenny Simpson. So that top 3 for the AM.
Explain to me, how has Phil Turner ended up leading the championship again? Like, he's had a quiet season in the class.
He has.
This, we've spoken about it so many times.
Consistency.
He's the master of it, isn't he?
Yeah.
He just scoops up points, man. So he's never out of it, and he's always just there. And usually just scoops up points, and next thing you know, he's leading the championship again. So defending champ coming back.
Yeah, so plenty on offer here tonight. Obviously, two races gives plenty of opportunity. If the first one doesn't go exactly to plan, they get another shot at the quali, and then another go at the race. And as you mentioned, Rusty, you know, tyre circulation is going to be key. You know, and I suspect there'll be some pretty good strats out there. You know, I was sort of thinking about it earlier, mates, and you quali on one, and then you basically you know, race on that one, and then bolt another set on, maybe at the back end. So you run. I'm expecting to see a lot of long runs here tonight. You know, really late stoppers. Expect a fair few of the pros to stop very late in the piece, around about 4.5 odd minutes to go, and then we'll see a fair few of them pile on. That's my call anyway. We'll see how it plays out.
It's funny you say that, because I was actually thinking the opposite. How would I do it? And I might stop early to get out of traffic. I'm not running any risk here, even though it's a long pit lane. I'm not running any risk of like rejoining in the middle of a pack or anything. If I stop early, I should get clear air. So I might, you know, qualify on the set.
So you're saying early,
set.
Rusty?
Yeah, really early. Qualify on that set. Hit really early on that same set. Bolt the next one on and drive it to the end of the race. Then start quali 2 with the same set that I started the first race on.
Yep.
Right. Qualify on that set. Start the race on that set, and then do maybe 10 minutes and come in early again, and then put on the fresh rubber for the last half an hour of the race. I think that's the way I would do it. But everyone's different. Like I said, there's so many ways to skin this cat. We're going to be seeing so much speed variance throughout both races tonight, especially in the back half of race 1. And, you know, all of race 2 is going to be a bit of a guessing game, you know, who's doing what and where they're at with their tyre sets. And, you know, it adds that extra element here, doesn't it? Like, it's not just about being the fastest on track. You've got to be the fastest on average over the course of a whole race weekend. That's what makes you get the points at the end of the day. So all things have to be considered.
And the mind games do start very early. I remember having this having this format once already this season, and I think we spoke to maybe Steve Rees and a couple, maybe Webley, and they thought that Antoon has spent all his credits early by flying off and really having a very quick race 1, and then he did back it up again, I believe, in the second one. So it was either that or the other way around. Maybe it was Reese, but I got a feeling it was actually Antoon that did it. So amazing how these guys will make these tyres last.
Well, and don't forget too, it also depends on, it's all conditional. You've only got 3 sets of tyres. You realise how much your tyres get damaged if you spin, or, you know, you find yourself the wrong way and you've had to jump on the brakes and you leave big black marks across the road. That tyre set's effectively done at that point. And you've only got 3 of them, so it should also factor into your overall aggression, how you attack the weekend. If you're being super aggressive and finding yourself in those compromising positions where you could spin and really do damage to your tyres, or you're locking them up because you're sending it too hard, you know, stuff like that. Being overly aggressive, I think, even though it's a sprint round, you still have to kind of nurse them a little bit. Would you agree?
Yeah, I totally agree. And I just can't help but look down through this totem at the moment, scrolling through my data, and I'm looking at this battle with Kosa, McEwen, Antoon, Reese, Webley, Chan. We know Pham can run good race pace 16, so he's going to be right in it. I think there's going to be a great battle at the front here. This one here, I'm going to hand back over to Davo, albeit we have still got another couple of corners.
We got another couple of Ks before the start.
It's got a long tail on it too, doesn't it, the grid? Look at that tail hanging out the back of the bus stop.
We were just focusing on the back of the field there, and I noticed a lot of the boys speeding up there just to try and catch up onto the back of that grid, and these boys are getting into formation now.
Keeping an eye out for La Source incidents at the back of the field, because they'll go green basically around the last turn here.
Absolutely, and we will thank everybody again for joining us here tonight for Asrnz's 2024 GT3 Series 2. It is round 6. We're at Spa, and it's proudly brought to you and broadcast by MATCHFIT Entertainment and obviously the good people at Race Command. As all the boys are gridded up, we've got Kosa, McEwen, Antoon, Rees, Webley, Chan, Fam, Haas, Aerosmith, and Dayton rounding out the top 10. We are about to go green any moment. The first lap at Spa, always epic, and green light, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle up. Here we go.
Caught napping on the tree, Davo.
Oh, and two as well, getting a little bit of pressure there straight away from Rees, and I think that is Webley well wide coming out of Radleon, and up the hill they go. Look at that.
Clean.
Look at that. Very tidy stuff.
We have one off Nev Shields, car 770.
So Rees again putting pressure on Antoon at the front there. Who is that? Just it's Mitchie Haas actually too, with a little bit of pressure on T-Fam. And as the field, Webley went very wide out of Radleon, coming out of Rouge, which has sort of put him back, I think, behind Haas. In the back, you got Carter and Henderson going at it. Down into the valley. Macrolos looking like he wants to take advantage of Henderson being a little bit wide, but no, Henderson still on the outside, round the left-hander here.
Issue for Damien Jarkus has dropped down to P35, guys, on that one. He's just in front of Nev Shields, way off the back of the pack.
Yeah, Haas looking like he's just going to get 2 positions lost here. Webley got him.
Yep, so Webley and
Dayton's trying to hang in there.
Dayton and Haas. Haas is just like, no. You're going to have to work harder for a little bit of a wriggle there from Dayton. Gets it done.
Aerosmith's going to go with him.
Oh, look, and Aerosmith with the run. Who's that in behind Aerosmith? That's
Carter.
That's Carter. Look at this.
Then you got
wide.
Hendo, Macrolos, and Fordo just trying to tag on the back of that. Look at this.
2 by 2. Yep. Into one of the fastest corners on the circuit here as they run up to this back. Little bus stop chicane here. And look at Hendo in the background there.
There's a really spicy pack just behind this pack that we're watching now, guys, with Mitch Campbell,
guys,
Ashton Hughes, Mark Marchway.
Yeah, guys into the pits immediately, getting out of that. And yes, that's a little bit of contact, I think, between Collins and Wadsworth. Yeah, on the exit of the corner there, and they're going to run side by side up into what is, theoretically one. And we see Mudgeway just turning one of the Porsches here. We've got a mess in the background
Wadsworth involved in an incident as well.
So I think 4 cars there, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars tangled up in that. So that was.
No, who was that?
So that was. See if we can pick up on a replay.
Got Wilton off.
Okay, so that was Wilton on the.
Mudgeway was involved. Mudgeway had a storming start. He was up at 10 positions.
It was
on
Mudgey that cost the course first contact, but then also Slick getting involved as well there, J-Man. So all those boys back.
And there you go. You can see a few people taking the early pit stop option, get out of the traffic, get out of the way.
And what a great thing to do. Yeah, that was Wilton actually just getting tagged from maybe just unsafe re-entry from someone there. At the end of that replay, they're out of 1. Wow, look, the guys that went in early, mate, good call. That because the very next corner.
And that was Hendo 31 and Shane Fordo that went early to stay. They were well away from that because they went early. So
look, the lead pack has spread somewhat immediately with some space between. McEwen had got past Kosa there too, if you hadn't noticed, boys. So McEwen leading the race over Kosa, over Antoon, Reese, Chan, Fam, and Webley going at it. These guys know each other pretty well. Webley very wide out of the right-hander before they run up the hill there. Who else is close? Macrolos and Haas as they come out of the right-hander up the hill. Then you got Robinson and Campbell going at it. And the field a little bit spread from there on after a little bit of a turn 1 incident in lap 2. Sharks making a comeback. And on Wads, well, who was that? Who's that in front of him? That's Greeny.
That was Darren Green, mate.
Yeah, so Jacques very wide out of the right-hander, up the hill, through that fastest corner there. So, well, Jacques
just run some numbers, Davo, if you don't mind. I think on lap 1 there were about 45 position changes and 12 incidents. So I think that's just standard Spa. isn't it? That's standard Spa situation. Situation normal.
Oh,
Carry on.
oh, definitely normal Spa with 37 drivers on track, Rusty. So yes,
Indeed.
definitely agree. We got Collins, Jacques, and Nev Shields in the pits too, mind.
We can see a few definite packs forming already. If you're watching, we've got a lead pack which goes down to, I'm going to say, around Mitch Haas, Macrolos, thereabouts, Spence, maybe Spence. So that's no, let's go a little bit higher. Yeah, I think it ends with probably Webley and Dayton. No, Webley. So you've got like a pack of the top 7 here that's kind of breaking away. And then there's a 3.5 to 4 second gap back to Dayton. That's your next pack. And then if you scroll down a little bit further, your next pack starts at P19. So still very cluttered out there, but we're starting to see a few little packs form. And oh, gee, we've spoken so much about the mid-pack here at ASRnz.
Mate, epic, as
if
always.
you're at home, you know, crack a beer, get some popcorn, do whatever you got to do, put it on the big screen, tell the missus to go watch her shows in the bedroom.
Yes.
Put this on the big screen and enjoy.
Absolutely, buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a cracker here. And
isn't this interesting, guys? Matt McEwen got that start. You know, we talked about like he was just very awake off the start, was actually trundling down there, had clear overlap at the start, and then, you know, we saw this last Saturday night, Davo. Look at what he's doing, 2.1 seconds already on Jamie Kosa. I mean, that's something would never normally broadcast. We just don't see people pulling away from Jamie Kosa, but look at the pack behind them, guys. Kosa, Antoon, Reese, Chan. Chan's actually done a good job to bridge that gap back. Webley's trying hard to do the same, but that is a very, very tight pack.
Yeah, we're missing Jamie Kosa's brother-in-arms, Ethan Cale, tonight. I'm not sure what's going on with Ethan, why he's not here, but I'm sure whatever he's doing, it must be better. Doesn't get much better,
how could that be?
No, but Jamie, like, we know the pedigree. Jamie Kosa is pure silk, isn't he? In terms of, like, in sim racing terms, it's about as smooth as it gets. So he's very quick. He's going to be very hard to hunt down here. Spa, I feel like it's a bit like Watkins Glen. If you get out of draft, it's almost impossible to reel it in, isn't it? So, yeah, it's all about keeping tight tonight.
Yeah, when the leader's out there doing 16.8s was his last lap time round versus a 17.5, that's a tough ask.
Well, is he running low fuel? See, because that's the other thing too, because it's a compulsory tyre stop, it's 30 seconds regardless, so you'll be splitting your fuel you know, according to what your strategy is for the race. So could be running a low fuel here, change tyres relatively early, like we mentioned before.
Oh, the trio to
Mitchy
gotta
Smith,
be
Brad Robinson, Mitchy Campbell.
Mitch Campbell, Robinson and Smith, they were going at it all the way up the hill out of Rouge, and it's
Brad's
still
not making it easy here, is he?
No, well, look.
On the pro behind him. Oh, there he goes. Why is Campbell so far back? There must have been an issue in qualifying that we didn't pick up on.
So it started way back. Just see how many positions he's moved up.
He's
Probably
up
only
nine spots.
Yeah, so something happening qualifying there for Mitch.
Yeah.
But that little trio there have been going at it pretty well from the green flag drop, and Campbell now sneaking past. Who was that there? Robinson.
Brad Robinson.
In the Dr. PP entry.
Yep. And now Smith clearly in his crosshairs. That's Geordie Moss actually just tucked in behind there in the one of the official sponsored cars, the Race Command car, and looking to tag onto the back of that. I don't think Campbell's position's not safe, so I just think Robinson wants back. Carson past Macalos and Dayton in the pits. Oh, Macalos in the pits actually, so that's why Macalos went back in position. So Dayton and Macalos in the pits, ladies and gentlemen. You've joined us here, and like I said, hit the like and subscribe. It is ASRNZ 2024 GT3 Series 2. We're at Spa, and it's round 6. Couple of sprint races. We're not even 10 minutes in to the first one, and it's all going on.
we are starting to see pace normalise across the field now. We're a few laps in. People are starting to find their rhythm. It's all excitement and anger and chaos and fireworks at the start of every race here at Spa. But then you do find your rhythm and you do settle in. Just looking at the front pack guys, and Jamie Koza, Phil Antoon, Steve Rees, and followed by Vic Chan. I think there's more to develop here, and it looks to me, when you get, you know, this caliber of driver, when they're all in a group like this together, this just looks to me like they're all sitting around going, all right, so what are you going to do?
Yeah,
what's your plan? Is he going to pit? Am I going to pit when he pits? You know, it just looks like they're holding station at the moment, but while they're doing that, young Matt McEwen is stepping away and stepping away strongly.
16.6 the last lap round too,
really
might
quick.
add. So just bettered the margin slightly. So 16.6 is, you know, that's quali pace effectively. He qualified in there on a 16.4 and is out there racing at a 16.6. So you raise the question about fuel levels. So
and just about to round up one of the lap vehicles. So one of the early stoppers, quite possibly in
I think that's
the
Farmer.
Mercedes.
Yeah, Farmer was involved in that lap one.
Farmer.
He was.
It's one of the Mercedes Farmers in an Aston.
Brimblecombe?
So I think that's
Sean
Brimblecombe.
Brimblecombe.
Yep.
okay, yep.
So
Could have been involved in that lap one.
Chan on Reese, heating up. You just
Webley's
wonder,
closed the gap too, mate.
none of these guys really want to. Well, Webley was double that gap at the bottom of the hill.
Yep.
So he has gained a hell of a lot running up the hill. The power of the Mustang.
Look,
and the debate.
Just touching draft. He's just touching draft distance.
On the back of that massive Bentley.
Yeah.
The debate always comes up when we talk about Antoon. Antoon rewinds in Kosa just a fraction more, another couple of car lengths as they go through Arouge there. The straight line speed of the Honda, it always comes up when we go to these tracks like Spa. But look, Spa's got enough twisty stuff, you know, to keep that car going fast. Maybe not in the first sector, but the rest of the lap, pretty bloody handy at the hands of the likes of Phil Antoon. So nice work.
Definitely. Yeah, Phil Antoon, Crossy can drive it really well as well in the silver class.
A couple of guys can do it. Yeah,
yep.
it's
a car you have to. I think it's a car you have to know. It's a temperamental car. It is. I think it's a lot less spicy than say the Porsche, but everything is. It's a really fun car to drive, the Honda. But gee, you've got to know it to be really quick at it. And obviously, Phil Antoon knows it. So
yeah, I think they just need
very quick.
I think they just need to push a lot harder because it's capable of doing it. The lateral cornering.
Trust the car.
Yeah, the lateral loads on the car. It corners really well, and you've just got to trust it. But you know, if it goes wrong, it bites, and it bites hard.
Yeah.
As we've seen several times. Just in this year, as a few of the boys running it just recently, we got to get back to this Smith-Campbell-Robertson battle. That is still at it.
Yep, that's going well. And while we watch that, just interesting that these battle packs you mentioned, Rusty, too, you know, with the likes of McEwen back down to Webley. And then you look at that there, TFAB's got a fair bit of margin over Stewie Aerosmith, but Class Racing sees out of the silver class, TFAM leading that class over Stewie Aerosmith, John Carter, Mitchie Haas, Tony Spence, Sam Carson and Mitchie Smith, which takes you 7 down to P13. The odd one out on that total will be Mitchie Campbell in the pro class, sitting there in 14th, not having probably
up 11 positions though, mind you.
Yeah,
wow.
He is up 11. Yep,
the trouble big.
And then Enright Melling. So where is Damien Jones? Obviously, has he pitted? I think he had. So
Jones, yeah, I think Jones got out as well.
He's pitted, but so I'm picking on that Pro-Am class. So Enright's leading that provisionally out on track.
Spicy here with Campbell and Smith. He's getting impatient, Mitt.
Bump draft from Campbell.
Over-under. Big over-under attempt.
I don't think he wanted to get beside him because he wasn't going to be able to deliver anything. So he gave him a little tap in the back and just said, look, come on, just get up there and we'll work it out at the corner. And it's
side by side here at Oak Ridge.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Little tap on the brakes from Campbell.
Oh, Smith very sideways.
He got faked out of it.
And look at Robertson.
And is that
Moss?
Moss?
Brad was the only one who could hold it flat there.
Oh, Moss passed Smith as well in the background.
Get him here. Gets out of it. Oh, very lucky to avoid a
Moss
touch.
deep under brakes, manages to pull it up. That was a mega braking manoeuvre there from Jordan Moss.
Yeah, well, these guys distracted, racing amongst themselves. Mossy sneaking past Smith, but the replay on Smith, we might see if we can get that actually. Out of Roux. No, we just missed that, but very slippery. But picking up the pass from Mossy up the hill, and now he has a front row seat on Robinson-Campbell battle unfolding in front of him.
You just wonder where Campbell's at strategy-wise, because he's not dropping Robertson and Moss. You would expect a pro driver to drop the silver class drivers. It could be because it was a battle, and Smith was particularly difficult to get past. He did a tremendous drop defending that position.
McIndoe, mate, with the hugest moment coming down the hill, was trying to side up a move on Phil Davison, and then that Milo car just got all sorts of sideways on entry.
So, working hard for their money here tonight.
Just want to give an update, guys, at the top of the field. Philantoon is starting to look very racy behind the back of Jamie Koza.
Looking to the inside of the source.
He's going to have a good run on him here, but again, this is always the eternal question here at Spa. Do I go side by side through Eau Rouge or not? Yes or no? And he's look, Jamie's let him go there.
He's dead, mate. You go for it, pal.
I think that's a strategy thing. I think they're running different strategies here.
Look at Reese with the run too now, though. Just that little lift, and he's not even going to contest this.
Is it brakes again?
I did have brake troubles, didn't he?
He did last race, yeah. Couldn't be, could it? Something has happened there.
Yeah, so Reese sneaking past Koza.
Reese would have been able to keep it flat there, where the other two had to kind of dice it up amongst themselves.
Let's talk about it. Oh, Campbell and Mitchie and Robinson.
It's still going.
Oh, I tell you what, it is very much alive.
J-Man's excited. Look at it. It is on. And look, Mossy's just tagged onto the back of that now. So Smith's sort of out of that trio now. Mossy's inducted into that little three-way going on. Campbell now in the position he probably would want to be out, getting the clean air out in front.
Can't shake him though.
No, he hasn't shaken. Look,
I've got to say,
mate, Robinson's got the pace. Robinson's definitely got the pace.
I was going to say, Brad will understand this. It might sound like a strange compliment, but Brad is one of the best followers in the game. I'm telling you, Brad. It sounds like a strange thing to say, but Robertson he's one of the hardest guys to shake. When he gets behind someone, he's very, very good at keeping up with them.
Yeah.
And he'll find pace to keep up with the guy in front. And he would be the first to admit that he's better, chasing than he is kind of being at the front of the pack.
Yeah, leading.
So he's very difficult to shake loose. And I think Campbell's he's got it done here as 0.8. Moss, I think, is going to ruin the party here for Brad.
Yeah, that option A strategy you spoke about earlier, Rusty, I'm going to pick on 24th, 25th and 26th position right now. That's Matty Dayton, Nathan Henderson, Shane Fodderdo. We saw them come in real early before that early race incident.
Smith back up. Campbell has just fired into the pits, guys. Smith has overtaken Brad Robertson. A lot of action in that little group.
Yep.
Robertson in the pits, Campbell in the pits, Carson in the pits, Spence in the pits.
Brimblecombe with a drive-through, I think it is there as well.
Oh, it's a dirty race one for Sean Brimblecombe.
Yep, that'll be track infringements. Yeah, so as I was saying, Henderson, Dayton, going to play very much into the battle. They took the early stops. They were racing from a relatively strong position. They were off the back of that lead pack at the start of this race. So
where's Fodderdo ended up? Did he pit early? Did he?
That's what I was just referencing.
Sorry,
Dayton, Henderson, and Fodderdo. are going to play themselves back into this race.
The three of them were
got out early.
Stoppers.
Yep. Sorry, wasn't listening. Clicking buttons.
You're right. And as we speak, Frodo trying to size up a move.
Yep. Looking
the
very strong.
on
This
Hendo.
is risky.
That
Must
is
stop
as
as
close as you can possibly get.
And through the fastest corner on the track, and they're running up here.
You want the outside here, so you get the inside for the second half of the
Oh,
chicane. He's going to get it
is
too.
beautifully
Wow.
constructed.
Well done.
Yeah,
That's the way to
Hendo will
pass at the bus
appreciate
stop.
that pass, guys.
Yep.
Now, Hendo, look, I think a bit of a spar master too, mind you, in that Aston Martin, knows how to pedal that car around here. We've seen him done some great work here, J-Man, but I think like you said, he will appreciate that. Yes, Rusty.
Oh, definitely. It's counterintuitive at the bus stop. To defend it, you want to keep the racing line. You want the guy to go on the inside because then you have the inside for that second half of the chicane. There's nothing they can do out there.
Okay, so we've saw so that was Webley just peeling off, and I noticed Kosa was in fourth, so Antoon in second, Rees in third, and Kosa in fourth. So
yeah, Kosa,
Henderson's got it back here.
That's correct.
And
Webley, Henderson, they're still fighting.
Now in the pit for Webley, Rodado and Hendo. Oh, Rodado, as usual,
sideways.
Very, very sideways. And just leans on the ripple strip and gets it together.
It's got to be the best to watch, doesn't he? He's the best on board. I think we have here.
I don't know. Sort of a big part of this year. Look, Shane always was entertaining.
Yeah,
it has been. It didn't matter what he was driving. We saw him drive some very slow cars to top 3 championship spots in previous seasons. But I think he's in a bit of a mindset at the moment where he's trying to keep it clean because he knows he's got the pace and just keeping it tidy. But every now and then you see him get like that. And
the animal gets out.
The animal does get out. And I think with being the Mustang too, plenty of grunt off the corner. The rear tyres probably go away from it a little bit again. Big wriggle on the exit of the right-hander there. And who better to watch in a Mustang with the rears going off than Shane Faraday?
Oh, fantastic.
Spectacular stuff. So, big Faraday fan, if you couldn't tell.
Just looking at the lap times, guys, McEwen is still, circulating really quickly compared to his rivals. The last lap out was a 17 flat. Phil Antoon was a 17.3, followed by Steve Rees, a 17.5. Jamie Koza was an 18.3. So something happened with Jamie. It's just dropping off. He's just dropped off the pace, and we saw that it was almost a cliff. Just drop right off the pace, right off the back of this pack. I have to think it's strategy. We know how fast Jamie Koza is. This can't be anything other than either strategy or some kind of issue.
Oh, yeah, it may be like mechanical failures, yes.
Something, yeah.
Yep. Something is awry, ladies and gentlemen. We see Davison and McIndoe in. We've also got, I think, Rees in the pit as well. But still, yes. Just a huge pit lane here too, guys. Mind you.
And the battle resumes between Stu Aerosmith and Matty Dayton.
Okay. There you go.
Ends of the spectrum as far as when they pit stopped.
Because Aerosmith's just early. Out. Aerosmith just out now. So they, like you said, they picked up where they left off, haven't they?
Yep. So I think, to me, Mitchie Haas was part of that pack earlier with Dayton as well. So he's just fallen off the back of that a little bit. So try and get a read on some pit times here, guys. Look, optimum stops appear to be that 32 second. We have Mitchie Haas with a 36. So an extra 4 seconds doesn't help. 35 seconds for Macrolos. A lot of 32-second stops in there. McIndoe's 40. Nev Shields with a 50.
Yeah, repairs for Nev, I think.
Yeah, and then Joe, Wilton, Mudgeway. Yeah, Wilton, 2 minutes 2.
How about that for a welcome back for Mark Mudgeway?
Yeah.
A favourite here at Asrnz. Straight into the mid pack. All right, mix it up. There you go.
Yeah,
Off you trot.
get a mark, get a monster mark, Mudgy. He'll be loving it though. You know, like the more exciting, the better, I'd suspect.
Former champ here.
Oh yes.
Yep.
Must be mentioned. Absolutely.
Part of the breakfast crew. John McDonald, Nick Nickendo, Steve
Aaron
Wilton,
Enright. Yep.
Aaron Enright. Very strong team.
Farmer is in amongst all that as well. Maybe not a series winner, but a big part of the
really
team all the same. Yes, definitely a good team.
McEwen taking the pit stop guys at that 15-minute to go mark. So interesting to see what happens here.
There'll be a few late stoppers. We've still got quite a few who are yet to stop. Doesn't surprise me that Jordan Moss is top of that list. Currently running a B5 yet to stop. I think he'll be stopping on the last lap.
So Carter going backwards, Faraday passed, Henderson passed, Dayton, and I think Arrowsmith has passed as well, just in the last half a lap. So
just keeping one eye on McEwen's stop. How much time do we have?
That
about 5 points.
Dayton Arrowsmith battle is pretty hot.
Yeah, so he'll be looking for the optimum 32, come out there and hopefully not in too much traffic and carry on doing the business. 276k an hour is the fastest terminal speed recorded here today by TFAM.
The McLaren.
Oh, he's got the wing wound off that one.
Well, who was that?
Joe Grimmer just rolling into the pit lane there with, I think that's Wilton and Mudge away. Just tucked in behind there. Both, I think, have pitted as well. So
32-second stop for McEwen. That's gold class. That's
optimum. Yep.
That is gold tier, gold credit card level of pit stop. That one.
Tap that one, mate. Vic Chan now starting to apply a little pressure to Steve Rees as well as they round one and head down the hill towards Rouge. Who is that in the background? That is the Marlborough Mustang of Brandon Webley. Oh, Rees with a big no!
What happened
Rees
there?
into the fence, and look, he just got loose going through a Rouge, mate. Maybe that big Bentley took the air on the back of the wing. There was no contact. It just got loose. And look, Webley will say thank you very much.
Yeah, look, and
Vic copped a knock in that too. An innocent party there.
Yeah, definitely. As we just see another angle on it here from the helicam, Vic just really just had nowhere to go, didn't he, with that Aston coming across track there. Really slowing his progress out of the corner, obviously with contact with the Aston, and Webley's just like you mentioned, Jay, man. Thanks for coming, guys.
Yeah, it's got to be frustrating for Steve.
Wow.
He's in a championship battle, and that's 2 races in a row now where he's kissed the wall.
That's biggie. So that's biggie too.
Frustrating.
Both big hits as well, Rusty, mind you.
Yep.
Yeah, welcome to the live stream, Warren. Good to see you always tuning in, mate. You're very much a regular here these days. And Go TFAM, he's racing out of provisionally P3 right now. He's got a ton of pace on the car. Last lap time round for the fam was a 17.8, so he's got good pace. Hang on, was that the last lap round? Okay, last lap round was an 18.1, so 17.8 the best, 18.1, so his dig is looking pretty good. So go the fam. But Matty McEwen, guys, we just got to touch on this again. Man, you know, look to be around P6 in official practice here tonight. Plenty of guys ahead of him on the totem. Put it on the front row, however, missed out by around about 4.5, 5 tenths, with obviously Koza doing that fantastic 15.997. But come race time, this guy is all class, as we see Mitchie Campbell on Sam Carson.
Gets it done. Gets it done.
So he is all class. Wanted to come in invitational, measure himself against this field.
The locals.
Yep, against the locals, and he's doing a fantastic job, and it'll give our locals something to think about. What is actually out there? So yeah, good to see him out there, and he's doing a beautiful job.
Phil Turner in the pits. Sorry.
No, you're right. I was just going to say, anytime you can get a debut win. I think didn't Maddie T get a debut win her first race here at Asrnz? I think she
rings a bell.
And I think Steve Rees might have done it as well. I feel like his first race.
It's a very short list. It is a very short list.
So he's going to be in exalted air should he bring it home in the next 10 minutes.
Absolutely. And yes, good point. Rusty, 10 minutes to go. The final quarter of the race here. 2 40-minute races, 2 qualifying sessions here tonight at Spa for round 6 in Asrnz's 2024 GT3 Series 2. Proudly brought to you by Race Command and, of course, a broadcast as well. And sponsored by MATCHFIT Entertainment. If MATCHFIT Entertainment's here, it means Davo, myself, and J-Man and Rusty Shackelford are on the mics here at Asrnz. Boys, a cracking race so far. Still got another 10 minutes.
Yeah, Steve Melling's done a top job too, boys, this race. Racing out of that Pro-Am class. He's just come in provisionally P6 to make his official pit stop. So I'll be interested to see where he shakes out here.
Sorry, J-Man. Did he just accidentally stop at the wrong box there?
Was that last week?
There was someone who did that at Spa in season 1. I can't remember who.
He was super close to the bollards then. Who's that we see trying to round up around the outside?
So that's Shields and Green.
Okay.
And I think Simpson and McIndoe might have just had an exchange actually just back there as well. A little bit further forward, Aston Hughes tucked up in behind Collins. Going at it, these two.
What's our total transit time there, Rusty? If we calculate, about a minute 47.
Yeah, a minute 50 is the top end.
Okay.
What's the quickest one we've got so far? I'm going to say a minute 46 by the looks of it.
So that's Melling in the pits and Moss in the pits as well. Winding down, a little over 8 minutes to go. Cameras on Haas, on Henderson through Rouge. Oh, Haas probably with a little bit of a corner cut there.
Got a good run.
He's got the run though. Not enough on the Aston though. He's kept the overlap. Sorry, J-Man. He's kept the overlap though, and he's forced Hendo in having to back off there. What have we got? A stop go speeding in pit lane for that?
Webley.
Is that 7:13? That's that Webley, is it?
Melling got a stop go 30, so unfortunately you may have picked up something there, Rusty, that the Valvoline Mustang of Steve Melling did there, but he did get a stop go 30. However, Webley with a drive-through would be, I think, track limits.
Oh,
I would expect. So that's going to hurt for Webley.
It's very doable here at Spa. The track limits gremlin can easily pop up on your shoulder and take a dump on your race and your plans.
It just begs you to come to the other side of the ripple strip, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's like David Bowie in Labyrinth.
Yeah, come here.
Yeah.
You know you want it out here. Look, and we didn't even touch on it pre-race, but Spa, one of those tracks, isn't it, boys? That just begs you to get out over the ripple strip. Very, very flowy circuit.
And there's also, like, you lose so much time here in places where, if you're not brave, like if you lift at Eau Rouge, you lose so much time by the end of the straight. But if you keep it flat, you run the risk of cutting. So it's like, the angel on one shoulder, devil on the other. Do I lift? No. Okay, devil wins, and then we get a cut, and angel says, "I told you so."
It's a constant to and fro.
So that's going to put Richo in the lead at the moment on track of the Pro-Am class. Some 3 positions ahead of Jones over Enright, over Melling.
We've got an issue here with McEwen. He's down in P5. What's happened there? Phil Antoon is leading this race, guys.
Unstopped. So McEwen's the first of the stoppers, and I've done my calculations. He's probably going to come out with around about 8 7 to 8 seconds up the road from
Nearly
Antoon.
Nearly had a heart attack there.
Yep.
What the hell happened there? No, you're 100% right.
Yeah, so that'll shake out. However, Chan will gain a spot, so will Fam. Rees is close enough. There's plenty close enough.
Oh, Campbell on Macrolos comes. Oh, gets messy. So,
Oh dear.
good
Who's
run.
the benefactor there?
Good run from Campbell to get up beside Macrolos, and then just a little bit of a slip under brakes there, and it just was a pinball after that. Both cars around and recovering, as you can see on the replay there. So,
yeah, a little wiggle from the
good
tail,
battle
wasn't it?
Yeah, it pushed
Usually
in.
Collins.
It pushed in deep though, eh? So,
Yep. Trying to pull it up.
so that has put Houston Collins just right in front of those same two guys. That is No, where did
Macrolos.
Oh, Campbell got ahead a little bit there, yeah. So
yeah. And Moss is back there. So Moss not having his best night either. We saw him battling earlier on, but yeah, he's down 5 positions still. So now Macrolos down 12.
Just in the silver class, guys, T Pham currently leading the silver class, running in P8, followed by Stu Arrowsmith, we mentioned before the broadcast. What a strong season he's having in the silver class, currently running P6 in the championship or thereabouts. Yep. He's currently running in P10. If we look down further down the grid for our Pro-Ams, I believe we've got Jason Bentz, who's the leading Pro-Am at the moment, who's just having Mitch Campbell's having a big look on him, goes deep at the bus stop. Oh dear. It's gone all sorts of wrong there. That's the angry Mitch, I think I'm seeing there. Jason Bentz currently leading Pro-Am driver in P19, which is very strong.
Antoon and Koza in the lane too, boys.
Antoon and Koza in the lane. And I believe that Phil Turner, we spoke about it before the race, he's currently leading the AM class, just quietly going about his business. He's got Phil Davidson and Kenny Simpson in tow.
3 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. The race is well and truly winding down as we just see Mitch Haas sneaking past Carter. These guys going at it. No love lost between these two throughout the evening. Mudgeway and Wilton still having a crack down at the bottom of the...
Oh, big incident for Jarkus at Eau Rouge. That car is very messy. Something's happened there.
This is a title contender for Stephen Melling, who's obviously still got that Stopco 30 hanging over him. But yeah, I mean that could play dividends. Obviously, only just over 2.25 minutes to go.
Oh, we have got right into the wall. That wing is not straight on the back of the car.
No. So Antoon and Koza still sitting on the jacks, as is Smith and Wadsworth.
Oh, he's struggling for grip out there too.
Oh, I'm sure.
Big rear end damage.
Doesn't look. Moss
Antoon off the jacks.
Yeah, Moss just tucked right up behind Collins now. Really close that gap up, looking for a move as they run out of the right-hander up the hill. Macca on Simpson as well, very tight as we wind down here. 1.5 minutes to go. These guys will finish this lap.
Mitchie super wide.
Disqualification for Webley. And we got Melling still to serve. Wow, what happened there? Oh, he didn't serve his drive-through. That's what it'll be. Wow, so that is a big deal.
11.5 seconds the margin, boys. First to second is what it shook out to be post pit stops. 1.9 seconds down the road is Jamie Kosa, but Vic Chan with a lot of pressure on Kosa at the back end, probably only going to have this and one more to do it. Whereas McEwen, yeah, he's coming around the lap.
Yeah, yeah, they should get one more, these boys, I would suspect.
Oh,
Maybe, maybe not. No.
No, where's McEwen? He's at the bottom of the hill. Oh, geez, it's going to be tight here. 40 seconds.
I think this is the last lap.
It could well be.
Just on Vic Chan, guys, currently running in P4. He is, of course, the defending Pro Class champion from Season 1.
Yep.
Having a good season.
Oh, look at this. Haas and Carter. It was just rounding up. I think
Carter's
Thomas, the
been
tank engine. Yeah, he's on the gas tonight. So where is McEwen? 6 seconds to go. No, this will be it. This will be race over, guys. He's about to come down to the bus stop for the last time, and this will be a wrap. First time out here at Asrnz, officially in this GT3 series, and takes a victory. Well done, Matty McEwen, with a margin at the time of around 11 seconds over Phil Antoon, over Jamie Kosa, who holds off Vic Chan. And then T-Fam Racing, as you mentioned, Rusty, out of the silver class for P5 outright, though. Beautiful job there from T-Fam tonight, and very well constructed. First 40 there for T-Fam. And then Steve Rees, once again, demo job. Manages to salvage a 6 after what could have been so much worse after putting on the wall so hard. Stewie Arrowsmith, top result for Stewie, 7th. That's probably got to go up there with being one of the best finishes he's seen in this class this season.
It's going to extend his lead in that class too in the championship battle.
Yeah, Matty Dayton takes 8th. Shane Fotterdo brings it home at 9th. Closely followed
these
by
guys
Mitchy
are
Haas,
close.
John Carter.
These guys are seriously. As is Hughes, Moss, Collins.
Yeah, Hughes, Henderson, Spence, Henderson, Robinson, Carson.
And Campbell passed Makalos there at the last second.
Oh, he did too.
So Mitchie into 20th, Makalos 21st. Then we have Wright and Turner. Just...
Gee, I wouldn't be doing burnouts, boys, if I was out there, because you've only got 3 sets of tyres.
Yeah, who was doing that, Mitch?
There was a couple of them doing burnouts.
Macrolos was drifting them up.
Just
how
on
did we go?
Across Davison, just coming across the line. Wadsworth,
well done.
Yeah, Wadsworth, McIndoe coming up the hill with Nev Shields in tow. Steve Melling still halfway around the circuit after, I think he had a 30-second stop go, so he's cleared that. Hence his position on track at the moment. We saw, then we had Jason Bentz, Green, Brennan Webley disqualified, we suspect, from not clearing his drive-through penalty. And then we got Jones bringing home a busted Asrnz OG Lamborghini. Grimmer, Simpson, Mudgeway, and Wilton, who were playing around in the background there. Nice work from those boys. That rounds out the 35. Guys, are we chatting? What are we doing?
Why not?
Let's chat.
Yeah.
Let's make it snappy.
We'll grab Jamie down here. Jamie racing out of P3 tonight on comms, mate.
Hey, fellas.
Mate, first and foremost, the lap of the gods. Where'd that come from? Have you done
wow? Just wow.
Yeah, I managed to hit that marker a few times, but it's difficult. I think slightly cooler temps in that quality.
Bloody impossible for most of us, mate.
Yeah, that's the holy grail. 15s at Spa has something special. And so talk to us. Look, probably a little bit caught on the tree there at the start of that one. Looked like Matty McEwen was sort of had the overlap already. I'm not sure how that works, but anyway, he was clearly ahead, and then just sort of checked out and he had that good early race pace, Jamie, and then more to the point, what happened sort of in the mid phase, mate? Or kind of almost looked like you just rolled over for Antoon and Reese. Was there no brake issues tonight?
No brake issues, but I think in the early couple of laps, I took a bit too much out of the rears tyres.
Yep.
And so they went away from me for that middle stint.
Yep.
They ended up coming back a bit towards the end, which was kind of good. But at that stage, I was, just looking forward to getting in the pits and the race to be over, to be honest.
That's interesting, Jamie. So does that change your strategy? You've used what rubber you've used. Does that change your strategy for race 2? How you're going to deploy your last fresh set, I believe?
It was always going to be a big change for race 2. It was similar to what I wanted to do at Paul Ricard until I found the barrier. But I used my qualifying set that whole race and I just did that last lap on a new set. So the idea is to go into this, into race 2, qualify in a race with 2 basically fresh sets.
Nice.
Nice, good work, Jamie. All right, we'll go get him this next one, mate. Matty McEwen, if you're not aware, he is currently sitting P1 in the New Zealand Esports Qualifier. Swept the Red Bull Ring, so he was up for the challenge, and I'm sure you'll be, Jamie, so go get him, mate.
Thanks, Alice.
Cheers, matey. All right, so we will quickly grab, I think it is Mav and Peter. So we'll just grab Philly and Toon down here and just have a quick chat. So Mav, you got us there, Phil?
Oh, got it, guys.
Mate, well-constructed race. Good P2 there, mate. You move forward. Probably a little bit too much margin to the guy up the road to do anything with by the time you got there, but the car looked good. You look good.
Yeah, I tried a long stint in this strategy. Yeah, it was doing all right. Kind of comes and goes the grip a little bit with the Honda, but had some good moments, and behind Jamie for a few laps probably didn't help. But yeah, race 2 should be interesting.
So very much similar to JC, mate, in respect of tyre allocation. Now you're probably looking good for Q2 and race 2.
Yeah, got a 2 fresh sets, so I'll burn those up and push as hard as I can, I guess.
Yeah, no, good stuff. Currently leading this championship, as we mentioned earlier, Mav. So you're doing the business effectively. That car up the road, other than being out there on track, that's just extended your lead some more. So out there kicking goals, mate. So all the best for this next quali, Mav, and go get them in the race.
Yeah, thanks, fellas. Cheers.
Cheers, mate. And a quick one more. We will grab Matty McEwen down here, boys, and just have a quick word. Matty McEwen, you got us on comms, mate? You there, Matthew?
I don't think Matthew's used to post-race interviews. Like, we smash him out pretty quick. So he's really
We do.
Hang on. I've got to get my push and talk working here.
Yeah.
So,
We'll
deal. No doubt we'll talk to him again in another 45 minutes or so. So
I reckon we're going to get a chance anyway. So anyway, Matty, we will talk to you soon. But yeah, boys, we'll not sure what time we've got, but maybe we take a quick break. And,
5 minutes till quali 2. So
awesome.
Wrap it up. Stretch your legs. Have a ciggy. Take a leak, whatever you got to do.
Whatever you got to do, ladies and gentlemen. But while you're there, hit the like and subscribe and tick the notifications as well so you can keep up with everything MatchFit Entertainment. But don't go anywhere because we'll be back for the second qualifying and second race in Asrnz's 2024 GT3 Series 2 Round 6 here at Spa. Get comfy, guys. Go and grab a bevy. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back, everybody, to the Asrnz 2024 GT3 Series 2 Round 6 here at Spa. It is, we are just about to line up for Quali 2 Race 2. Proudly brought to you and broadcast by MATCHFIT Entertainment and Race Command. Hit the like and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen, and buckle in for this next half of the evening. As usual, J-Man, I hope you're back. And Rusty Shackelford, cucumber sandwiches okay? Oh, no, sorry, what do you eat when we're in?
It's prawn sandwiches.
Prawn sandwiches for you.
Yeah.
And egg and lettuce for J-Man.
Here in Belgium.
No, not me. Welcome back, viewers. No, I was actually thinking about a steak. But
oh, no, we're... Sorry, well, that's an inside joke.
Behind-the-scenes exclusives coming Monday.
Yeah.
To the MATCHFIT audience.
Yes.
Nonetheless,
Yes, you've got to subscribe for that one.
Yeah, we are out there. We do have our pro-ams out there. They have got the privilege of this racetrack to themselves for 7.5 minutes, and they are out there on their hot lap. And I do believe, I think potentially the first car around may even be Jason Bentz, is it? Am I just picking that up correctly?
Yeah, I think you're right. Bentz, Melling, Wadsworth, Davidson, Turner. I think that's your order on track.
Awesome.
Car 100.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere at the end of the stream. Either we are giving stuff away at the end of the night for one of the lucky drivers here, so stay tuned. And then at the end of the season, we're also giving something away, random draw peoples. So yeah, you don't even have to be the fast guy. Anybody can win this stuff. And we got to thank, obviously, MATCHFIT Entertainment and Race Command again for all of that business. As we focus on Jason Bentz, you were just talking about in the big Bentley, fantastic looking, what is it, JPS inspired livery.
Great livery, isn't it?
Oh, it does. It looks good. It's got nothing JPS anywhere, but it's just got the right pinstripe and the little wreath, you know, around the on the door panel there. So looks fantastic.
No, it wasn't. It does actually have JPS, Davo. If you remember correctly, back to our judging of the best livery, we're looking at the details, and it has got some smaller ones on the back and on the front.
You got to look pretty close. Bentz puts that thing, the Boatley, up in the top spot provisionally after the first flying lap. Look, time runs out pretty quickly here. Rusty mentioned it earlier. They probably get 2 good flying laps, and you want to make it work, you know. So you want to bank that first one, push on the second, or vice versa. But I'd personally be doing it bank and then push. But you really got to make it work.
Jacques, the pressure's on too, because
it is.
We're doing things different this season for qualifying, and previously we would have, you know, we've always had open sessions, so it would be one full session, probably 20 minutes or half an hour session, and everyone's out on track together at the same time. And some complaints you'll get is, there's too much traffic during qualifying. It's like, okay, we'll split it in half, so you've got all the free track in the world, but we're going to take some laps off you. You're going to have to pay.
You still got to work somewhere.
Yes.
You know,
well, it's a different pressure, isn't it? It's more now. You know, I really have to get it right.
You've got less time.
50-50 shot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So you only get if you mess up the first one, we've talked about it before, right? In these limited qualifying sessions, you only get 2 or 3 laps max. You mess up the first one, gee, the pressure just ramps up. I can't really mess up the second one, and I don't have time to do a banker now. I'm going to have to go for it. So always another layer.
Enright, Ben, just looking like possibly a little bit held up here by Greeny. However,
he's probably got enough time to get into the next lap, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He has. And
so
he needs to go and contend with Bentz, Jacques, and Melling for class honours, as does Wilton. Probably needs to. I know he's parked. Thomas is back in the shed.
Thomas has run out of steam.
Yep. Just an interesting thing to keep an eye on too, guys. Steve Melling, long-time Asrnz competitor, previous Pro-Am champion in seasons past. He did mention during the driver brief, the start-finish line here at Spa is on one part of the straight, and then you've got La Source, and then that's where the pit entry exit is. So what you will actually see here is some of the Am and Pro-Am guys starting a hot lap whilst the pro and silver guys are actually leaving pit lane.
Good
Yes.
point. Good point.
So we just want to keep an eye on that, make sure everyone keeps it clean.
Yep.
I know the pro and the silver guys really know what they're doing, so they're not going to want to ruin their qualifying, you know, by hitting someone unnecessarily. So just make sure everyone keeps it clean here, because the pro and the silver guys are now leaving the lane.
Yeah, and Bent's managed to just get across the line for one more, and he's going to go challenge the Jacob Wadsworth to 18-0. So he needs the smallest of margins to be able to
It's tight. It's tight there,
take
isn't it?
that top spot off of him. As we'll just stay with these pro-ams and ams while these pros knock it up. Bent's got a track cut, he's out of it.
So we've got Shields is pulling out as well.
Okay. So there you have it, Wadsworth up the top on an 18-0 over Bent's, Jarks, Steve Melling, Ben Collins, Aaron Enright, Nev Shields, Phil Turner. So Nev Shields getting the better over Phil Turner in that quali there, so that's interesting. There's not a lot of margin in that between 7th and 8th there for Shieldsy and Phil Turner. So that battle will rage on at the start of this race when they get filtered down once these pros and the silvers come out and just knock them all down a peg.
Just keeping an eye on T-Fam, guys, in this qualifying session. This is clearly a man after my own heart, because he's done what I do in qualifying, which is I make sure I'm the last car out. Although we've got 333 who's driving out. Who's that? Vic Chan.
Vic Chan.
He's the last one out, but that's a long way. You know, just hanging. What T-Fam's doing here is what I like to do in a qualifying session. Let everyone else go, get a nice gap in front. I know no one's behind me, and then I can get in the zone and try to, you know, just think about maxing out those apexes, getting the most on exit, just really 100% super focus for 2 laps. That's what I'm telling myself. Just 2 laps, Rusty. Just two. Just 2 laps. That's all you got to do. And then we get in the race, and then we'll worry about it.
That's what he says to himself when he cracks that bottle of whiskey. He's just like, just two. Just two. Stop it. Oh, dear me.
We are in Belgium, the land of chocolate, so it makes sense that Willie would make an appearance. T-Fam just building up here for his lap.
And Kosa, the first car out for the pros, guys. So he's just embarked on his first flying time lap. So saw him punch out that awesome 15.997. Can he back it up? We heard that he's, I think, good on tyres. I think also, I think it was Antoon's good for tyres. So
also want to make mention that Shane Fodderdo has joined us in the YouTube chat during the Pro-Am and Am qualifying. And he said he's going to be better for tyres in race 2. So perhaps, you know, sacrifice race 1 like we heard from Koza and
Antoon. Yes, that's right.
And focus on race 2.
Yep.
But he's lobbying in the YouTube chat to be put back down to silver class again for week 2 now. 2 weeks in a row.
Of course he is.
You're
of course
not getting back into silver class. You are a pro. Okay. You're in the top 4 of the championship, I think. So yeah, no, you're definitely a pro, mate. So get used to it. Never misses an opportunity, that.
God loves a tryer.
Oh, big issue for Fam. He's in the wall. And he's not going to have enough time now, I don't think, to circle back to pit lane, reset that car and get back out again for a flying lap. I think that's it. That's done for T-Fam.
Oh,
he's off again.
Yeah, it's broken. That thing is not happy.
Oh, dear. He'll be starting from the back. And that's the risk you run when you go out last. You don't have enough time if you get it wrong.
So get a read on Jamie Kosa's time very shortly here. He's out the final corner. Looked like a pretty tidy lap, guys.
Fam will have enough time here if he gets out. He's going to have to move, though. 3 minutes remaining. Still in the lane. It's a long way out of pit lane. But if he leaves shortly, he should be able to get back for 1 hot lap. Oh, no, he reset to pits. He didn't drive back. No, so he's done.
He's done. So Antoon, Kosa, Webley, Reese, Frodo, Haas, Arrowsmith, Carson, Dayton, rounding out the top 9.
Dayton's shown some serious pace throughout the season too, hasn't he?
Who's that just sneaking up in there? Carso.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's McEwen, obviously, in
Carson
the
up
4th.
to P9. Just continuous improvement from Sam Carson from round 1. Now we're in round 6. He's just inching his way up the totem pole, isn't he? Every race, every quali.
So Webley be looking for a better result this one after that DQ.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I could see it on my screen, but I'm not racing, am I?
Well,
it came up several times on the monitor. And
McEwen is on a hot lap. He is looking to go onto the front row with the current lap, if not pole. A long way to go.
Oh, yeah, very early in the lap still.
But this is really a shake-up from race 1, isn't it, guys? Quali 1. We've got Phil Antoon on pole at the moment, followed by Jamie Koza. Webley up in P3. McEwen, race 1 winner in P4. Rees 5s, Chan 6, Fodado 7. Haas and Arrowsmith were 8th and 9th, I think, in Quali 1 as well. So they're renewing hostilities. And Sam Carson rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, McEwen's building into this lap, though,
Yeah,
at the moment.
Getting quicker and quicker, isn't he?
Yeah. Kosa, slightly quicker, that one, not enough.
The McLaren loves Blanchimont too, so I won't be surprised if McEwen takes another half a second off here.
Yep. Reese J-Man.
Just bettered the marker too. He's down to
and Webley just coming out of the final corner there as well. Up on his lap. Oh, bled a whole bunch of speed off there. Won't make a gain. McEwen will be right behind him there.
Mate, a ton of time in the bus stop.
Oh, look at this time. It's going to go into the 15s again. There it is. Oh. He pulls it up. He's had enough.
We don't know which set of tyres guys are on now too either here in Quali 2. Some will be running a fresh set. Some will be running a, a roaded set.
And if that is,
Kosa's coming on a big number again, guys. Yeah, Kosa's building
10th up on pole at the moment. Be interesting to see. Watch this, because where does the Ferrari make its time compared to the McLaren? We know the McLaren is super sticky in ultra fast corners. But Spa's got a bit of everything, doesn't it? It's got slow corners.
It does. It's some big stops. Yep.
Really strong through here. The Ferrari Koza exploiting every inch of the track limits there.
Yeah, it works on the cambered parts of the track here. 2 very cambered corners, those 2. And again here, really, you see it really bite down on the outside of the tyres there.
Ferrari just looks really settled here. The back end of the car looks really strong. Looks like it's on rails. Yeah. See how it goes through Blanchimont.
Oh,
flat through there. Quick. Absolutely no lift through there.
How quick is that? And super settled. Like you said, it's like it's on rails. It's amazing.
It's no movement. It's perfect. The suspension's really well set up.
There's a good lap.
It'll put him on top, but it's still out of the 15s. And we are
5/100ths of a second.
Antoon
responds. Rees responds. Goes
Very tight.
This, ladies and gentlemen.
Very, very tight.
We have 1/10 and change separating the top 4 in this qualifying session.
Frodo and Hendo just sneaking across as well, but wow. Just wow. What a finish to the session.
Rees came out of nowhere, didn't he?
Amazing. Guys, so what do we got there? Ladies and gentlemen, we got a race on our hands. That's for sure.
Oh, we've got someone responding to race 1. Steve Rees mentioned in between the races that he mucked it up at Eau Rouge, and not the first person, won't be the last to do it there. and put it in the wall. But that's a statement, isn't it? Qualifying 2 puts it on pole. Look out.
Nice work. So Rees, Kosa, McEwen, Antoon, Chan, Webley, Haas, Buhardo, Dayton, Carter, rounding out the top 10. This is race 2, round 6 at Spa for Asrnz's 2024 GT3 Series 2, ladies and gentlemen. As the boys get themselves sorted.
Back in a sec.
And J-Man gets himself sorted.
Yeah, I think we need to talk to the girl who brings the drinks trolley around. So clearly she hasn't been going to J-Man's part of the commentary box often enough, and he's going to have to find her out for himself, drag her back to the fridge. Come on, what are you doing?
It's not stopped
I told
enough.
you every 15 minutes, top it up, top it off. We've really got to, look at our hiring standards here at MatchFit, I think.
I think it might be just a J-Man problem, but...
Could be a J-Man problem, yeah. He's going to have to speak to HR about that, isn't he, Davo?
Either way, maybe you could just sort of give the sponsors a bit of a nudge. Oh, hang on, I think he might be one of the sponsors. But anyway, we'll mention the sponsors again. Sorry, where were we? MatchFit Entertainment, broadcasting and bringing the 2024 Asrnz GT3 Series 2 to you, as is Race Command, keeping all the cogs well oiled. So everything runs smooth as silk. At the end of the night, we will be giving away stuff. Something.
How many stream decks tonight, Davo?
How
50?
many? Look, I don't know how many. I don't know how many's left in the box. So. So
we're going to airdrop them over your suburb. That's how many stream decks.
I hope that the battery on the drones charged up so we can drop them straight through. Hang around at the end of the stream. Keep watching. As I'm distracted there. Watching the boys just get on grid, and we are going to go into a formation lap anytime soon. So yes, don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. It is race 2, round 6 here at Spa. Hit the like and subscribe button while I'm rambling on. Just do it. Just do it.
Just do it. Just come on.
Just go on.
Like a 1990s Nike advertising campaign. Just do it.
Or not. Just don't. Just unsubscribe, maybe. Yeah.
Dave, I'm just looking at the qualifying. Mitch Campbell again is down in P19. What's happening with Mitch?
What the hell?
With his qualifying here at Spa. It's been a couple of... He would say it's disappointing because he's normally sniffing around that top 5 mark. There or thereabouts. So, yeah, a couple of disappointing qualifying sessions here for Mitch. That's going to have implications on the championship run he's on. I do believe he's in the top 5 for the championship.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Making life hard for himself.
Yeah.
With a bad qualifying session here
boys,
at Spa.
no better time to actually find out. Mitchy Campbell, you got us on comms, Mitchy?
Hello.
G'day, mate. How are you going?
Oh, mate, I've had a better night.
Right, yeah.
Well, I don't
we were
really
just talking about what's happened in qualifying, because both qualifying sessions you're making life hard for yourself, so you got to fight all the way back. What's happened?
Mate, I don't know if you saw in quali 2, I drifted wide. I don't even know what turn it was, hit the wall.
Oh.
Because the setup that I had for race 1 just, too loose. I haven't done it in much practice, to be fair, so that hasn't helped. But, race 1 set and whatnot, not great, so I've gone down a different path, and so far not so great.
Yeah, chasing the setup is always difficult halfway through a weekend, isn't it?
It's just mate, this car and track combo I haven't done a lot of, so it's a high speed track, so there's not a lot of aero on it, so it's all over the shop. It's a dog's breakfast, which I'm sure you can tell.
Yeah,
but you're a fighter, mate. That's what we love about you, so I'm sure you'll be mixing it up. Don't
fighting
worry.
it every lap, man. Every corner.
Yeah, interesting. So a fair bit maybe in the setup too, Mitchy, potentially, because I see that, one of the other Ferraris, not going to say who, so he's...
I don't mind Goza.
Yeah, he's 9 on the TC and 2 on the ABS, just an inside tip. Sorry, Jamie.
Well, yeah, there you go. I will take that on board.
So, and I understand you're at
Your
5
teammate,
and
you should
you're
be
at
asking
5 and 2. Oh no, now you're at 8 and you're at 8 and 2.
Jesus, I can't multitask.
Yeah. So, hey, look, go get him, Mitchie. We know you're an absolute legend at passing cars out there on track. We've seen it plenty of times before, mate. All the best.
I appreciate it, boys. I'll hopefully entertain you.
Go get him, mate.
Always entertaining. Thanks, Mitch Campbell.
First lap, I'll be watching. Mitch Campbell, the truffle pig.
Sorry, Jamie, giving away your trade secrets there, mate.
Yeah,
we have the
how's
data.
your form, J-Man? Jeez,
Oh,
that's
mate.
rough.
Checks in the mail.
Yeah, off the
J-Man.
record, mate. This is what I'm running. It's back on the record.
I wondered where he went
Matchfit.
before. We thought he was going out for more booze. He's just going to pick up,
Let's get set up, Tim.
Yeah. How much you pay me to tell you what your opposition's running, mate?
Love it.
Jamie will have a smile, mate. He's look, he's some bloody 18 spots back. I don't think there's too much issue there for JC.
Well, it's all out of our hands now. Whatever strategy you have now is kind of locked in because you've burned half your rubber in the first race. So really now what your lot is what you have. And if that looks like 2 fresh sets or 1 roaded set and 1 fresh set, that's your lot, and you're going to have to make it work. There's no kind of switching now after race 1. You're kind of locked into whatever strategy you started with.
That's it, pretty much. That's it. They're going to have to run what they brung right now, heading into this second one. They'll be locked into the strategy.
The start of this race is going to be spicy. Just looking at the totem pole here, I'm looking down. Mitch Haas has qualified really well here. P7, I think he was P8 in race 1, so having a really strong qualifying performance here at Spa. He's got a couple of really quick steerers behind him, Shane Fodderdo and Dayton, and they're going to be pushing lap 1, so that's going to be one to watch. Looking also at Carson and Moss, it's amazing how many times those 2 guys qualify next to each other, Carson and Moss.
Oh, the back end of that top pack is just...
It's spicy.
It looks just crazy. And then from there back, it's just like anyone's game. Back about, like 15 positions.
Yep.
Pretty full on. That's the mid pack.
A lot of people looking for redemption here in race 2. There was a couple of big incidents that wrapped up a lot of people in race 1. So you're always looking to wipe the slate clean in race 2 and crack on and get a good result.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As they round T1, theoretically, Steve Rees, Kosa, McEwen, Antoon, Chan, Webley, Haas, Fodderdo, Dayton and Carter rounding out the top 10 as we're about to go green here in round 6 here at Spa for Asrnz's 2024 GT3 Series 2. Race 2, it's green flag and Toon looking for that little inside gap there, and look at, who is that? That is Chan in the Bentley. Webley with a crazy and Fodderdo, crazy sideways. Look at it, up the hill.
All clean.
Unbelievable, they're nearly 4 wide here. Reese out in front, Coach and McEwen, but look at the battle. Look at this lot. And behind.
Chan round.
Oh, it's a mess. It's a mess.
There's cars everywhere.
No.
9 cars I'm counting there involved, caught up in that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big moves make big mistakes. That was epic. What a start. It all had to come unstuck somewhere.
Well,
Kosa putting pressure on Rees already.
Exactly, J-Man, and one person's misfortune is another person's fortune. We're looking at guys who are now jumped up 4, 5, 6 positions in lap 1.
And some, I think we counted 7 in the T1.
Campbell up 7 positions, up to P12.
Yeah,
the truffle pig, he's back at it.
Yes. No problem there. He says, it's okay, I'll just turn that traction up a bit. Let's go.
What has Matty McEwen got in the tyre bank situation? That's what I'll be interested to know. We're going to see what he's like. He's got Phil Antoon right behind him now, starting to put pressure on as they come down through Blanchimont.
It's not going to be as easy as race 1 was for him, I don't think. It looks a different kettle of fish tonight in race 2.
Look at Webley, deep under brakes.
Brave. Gets
Massive.
around the outside of
Oh,
Haas.
he gets it done too as we look over the back wing of Van
Super
Toon.
brave.
Wow,
Great
big
move.
big move.
Antoon's going to have a run here, guys, because McEwen had to check up for Koza.
Just remembering Antoon's in the Honda, J-Man.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, he had a big track cut at a Rouge then.
Had to lift.
Yep.
And it costs you so much at the end of the Camel Straight if you have to lift through there.
Oh, Mitchie Campbell. They're all running wide out of Radalon this time around, a Rouge. And Robertson's going to have the better
He's
of
in a
that
world
battle.
of pain here.
Bent, Smith, Collins, Macrolos, Wadsworth, Bam, Sharks. That is a big battle going on. That is effectively 15th down to 20th.
5 cars in the pits, guys. Henderson, Farmer, Melling, Simpson, and Enright. 90% of the breakfast crew is in the pits at the moment.
Oh, here's a move. Here's an inside move from Kosa on Rees. Couldn't quite get it down there far enough. Rees prevails in that one. The big look.
It's going to be an angry pack here at the front. Rees, Koza, McEwen, Antoon. They all look racy. They all look pace. It's going to be on for race 2, guys.
Yeah.
Who has the rubber now? Who's going to have it later? These are the questions.
Yeah, I reckon all those top guys are running fresh rubber for this race across the board. So, yeah, look at how quick this top 4 is. Mate, admittedly, this is the end of the second lap, ladies and gentlemen, but look, super tight racing. How quick are these guys? Webley there. And
just
Haas.
hooking on, isn't he?
Yeah, after getting past Haas, he's just like, I've got to keep up with these guys.
Yeah.
Well, and Mitch Haas could be dragged along here
Oh,
too. Totally
Antoon.
big move. Got a little pinch there, didn't he?
He's got it.
Yeah, watch the horsepower of the McLaren here, though. No, he's got the overlap. He's done.
Oh, but up the hill.
There.
Be interesting to
McLaren
see.
in the box seat for the Kimmel Straight if he can hang on to the back of him, though. Just does look so much better through a Rouge.
It just eats high-speed corners for breakfast, the McLaren. Absolutely loves it.
Fam up 12 spots, yeah, Fam on a mission. After that dismal qualifying, that big accident qualifying, he's doing a great job.
I just we're looking over the rear wing of Antoon's car at the moment and looking at McEwen, and I can see Webley in the background in the Marlboro Mustang, just like seriously sideways.
Set the fastest lap, by the way, I think, the last lap.
Trying to keep up with these boys, and he is on it. After getting past Haas, he's all over McEwen at the moment.
Yeah, he needs to be disciplined here. This is the driver and car combination that got a drive through last race.
Yeah, well,
didn't disturb it and got a DQ. So he's just got to stay disciplined for this. Effectively, still 34 minutes to go on this one.
Bit of white line fever, you reckon, J-Man?
Yeah, just keep it nice and disciplined. And see, that's another well and truly out wide there. So, you know, it wouldn't be hard to get 2 or 3 in a lap here, pushing hard.
Yeah.
Kosa once again lines up Rees. This is a great battle. Ferrari, as you mentioned, Rusty or Davo, looks so planted through this high speed stuff. Just sit there, look, right underneath the wing, can just absolutely sit there.
Yeah, the suspension on that thing must be perfectly set up. It does not move.
Look, Rees has got the inside line. Gives him a bit of a squeeze. Antoon's going to try and cut back down underneath him.
Benefit here, Antoon. Rees, you don't want to get pinched here at La Source. It's very easy to get pinched. He's going to have to give it up here, I think. Brave.
Oh.
A lot of space
Oh,
given.
yeah.
A lot of
Beautiful.
respect.
Here we go. We've still got the run down the hill.
Drag
The
race.
Honda's got the overlap.
The Aston will warm up though by the time they get to the bottom.
Oh, Antunes, he's happy to go side by side in the Honda.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Wow,
on the inside. Oh, there it is. Oh,
That's a
whoa, whoa.
Oh,
He rolls
no.
Oh.
That car that's our championship leader, and that is the biggest crash we've called all year, Davo.
It's not just the championship leader, J-Man. It's 1 and 2 in the championship coming
It
together
is
there.
1 and 2 in the championship. How has Rees pulled off from that? He's still going,
Wow.
but look, what that does is that releases Matty McEwen to go and try and chase down Kosa. And look, Brandon Webley, recovery mode after a dismal race 1, finds himself in P3 after that. Matty Dayton, P4. John Carter's the top 5.
I mean,
So,
we literally spoke about it before the racing tonight, guys. The overlap. You want an overlap at Eau Rouge, yes or no? And that's what happens when you click yes. You can get yourself in those situations.
Gets pretty
and-
messy
or
pretty
it gets
quickly.
very dicey. Yeah.
Very, very quickly. Very, very high speed series or complex of corners there down through a Rouge and a Radley on. Haas,
no, it's
Haas,
gone bad for Antoon again.
So Haas is the
Oh, boy.
one that got hit the other car. So he's in the
Yep.
pits now.
Our championship leader is down in P21, guys.
And he
Wow.
is
Huge.
struggling to bring that car back to pits.
So is that
And it's going to
Antoon?
be a long stop
Yep.
to fix the damage too.
So that car went right over.
Right
Yeah, it
over.
rolled,
Right
yeah.
over. Rolled right over and landed back on its wheels.
Oh no, he's off again. Something's drastically wrong with the Antoon car. He's back to pits. That's it, guys. I think he's parked it.
Yep, that's a wrap.
He's
That's
done.
that's a donut for race 2.
Oh boy. Well, that will have big implications on the
Oh,
championship.
Sorry to interrupt, fam on Mudgy and fam around and into
Oh,
the
no.
wall.
Oh,
Oh, bye,
that's huge.
bye.
All that rubber out there.
And here we go. We just pick it up from another camera angle here into the.
Oh,
Oh, Blanchard, and he just look at it from that angle. Bam! Into the wall. That car will be well damaged, although.
just got in the marbles, didn't he? Just got off the racing line. It just got a little bit slippery.
These
You
guys.
could see the opposite lock.
These guys so keen to race side by side here tonight.
Committed.
The track
Yep.
is, we need to mention too, the track is in a very different condition to what it was for race 1. Race 1 was at 11 o'clock in the morning. This is now 7 o'clock at night. It will start to get dark towards the end of this race. So very different track conditions, different temperatures, everything. There's a lot going on that the drivers have to contend with here. And I wonder if maybe a few people have been caught out.
Yeah, and interesting, you know, we saw Matt McEwen doing sort of 16.8s, 16.6s in race 1 at this phase of the race, and I think Kosa at the time was sort of doing mid to low 17s, and it's a role reversal now. Kosa doing 16.8s and McEwen doing 17.6s last lap round. So interesting, you know, just the difference between race 1 and race 2, time of day, temperatures, playing a
The
big
track comes
factor.
to the different cars at different times and different conditions.
Yep.
Little setup tweaks in between race 1 and race 2. There, no doubt there was tweaking going on in the garage. A lot of spanners were out. Had a
Yes,
little wing, taken
Wow,
off,
when the
had a little
tweakings are
suspension.
going
Yeah.
on, you know,
Oh,
the
mate.
spanners
There's a lot of tweaking be going on, all right, for sure. And I tell you what, Steve Rees currently running
Oh, he's in an angry
P7.
little
I've just
pack,
been watching
isn't
been watching the car, and look, he's out there managing it at the moment after that accident. So clearly he came off less, well, better off than Antoon did. And what it means, you know, going out there and pressing on.
Well, he's
you
going to
know,
make a
with this-
bag of points in the
Well, he
championship.
is P2 in the championship. Just
He's gonna-
sizing up Sam Carson here.
He's going to get a fistful of points either way if he just keeps it clean. Obviously, you know, with the damage he's probably carrying right now, yeah, he's not in contention, clearly, after the incident, but can definitely get a big scoop of points versus a DNF.
So 16.6 that time round for Kosa, plays a 17.0 for McEwen. However, Kosa's 16.6 was unclassified, so there was a track cut on that lap.
And there was a bunch of cars that were involved in that early melee, that chaos, which we see so often here at Spa. You've got to be honest with yourself. There's always something that happens here at Spa on lap 1. So yeah, a lot of cars caught up. So there's going to be a lot of alternate kind of people who are off sequence here with their pit stops, people who pitted early to, you know, get a little repairs done. 10 seconds, I reckon, is probably the max that you'd want to repair. Any more than that, you know, you try and hope to manage it because it just costs you too much in the pit stop. But so a lot of people are going to be out of sequence here and resetting and putting tyres on. It's plenty to play out. A lot of early stoppers. Jamie Koza looks strong.
He does. Reese just, as well, really trying to work over the back of Sam Carson to try and get through there. Because, I mean, top 5 here tonight, race 2, would be a solid result. Would be as good as a win for Reese at this point of time with Antoon out.
Yeah, and just behind him, he's got Campbell, who's storming his way through the field. We spoke to Mitch Campbell in between races, and you know, Steve will be hoping to bag as many points as he possibly can. He must know by now that Antoon is out of the race, so he'd know every position is another couple of points, and
definitely.
When
Another hot battle
is so close.
Yeah, another hot battle, boys, is Bunce, Mudgeway, and Macrolos. That battle's been going on for a little bit. Yeah, I think Macrolos, Bent's just got through on Mudgeway, maybe just in the recent past, so that's still going on there. And I think that is Mitchy Smith trying to catch back up to that. He had good pace in race 1.
Just in regards to Mark Mudgeway and Nick Mickendo, who joined us earlier in the night, who's in the field. I don't think he's racing in race 2. And just tip of the hat to them, and they're part of that Warbird real-life racing, the BMWs with JB. And they do good stuff. And they've had some really good races, and the cars look fantastic, and it's just great to see them back here at Asrnz.
Yeah, definitely good to see the breakfast crew cars back on track. As always, man, has there been some action out of our Rouge tonight as we watch Reese and Carson again. Lap 6, we're what? Oh, little over 25 minutes yet to run, so we're not even at the halfway mark, ladies and gentlemen.
What are you thinking here if you're Reese? J-Man, you've had a disappointing... This is 3 races in a row now that he's had disappointing incidents during a race where, you know, could have been fighting for a top 3. He is a championship contender. He's still in the championship despite being involved in 3 races in a row. What's your mindset now? Is it just keep it clean at whatever cost, or are you continuing to push to try and, you know, make as many positions as possible?
Well, at this point, maybe a sports psychologist, really, is what I'm thinking. I just need somebody to get in my head and just try and set me straight, because it just can't keep going this way. So
3 smacks in a row,
yeah. But hey, look, don't count him out. He is absolutely on the gas. We saw him round up Carson there before. Mitch Campbell pitted off the back of that battle. But just looking at the pace, 18.8 last lap round. That was in the heat of a battle. So I'm interested to see if he can drop back into the low 18s or high 17s.
Oh, what's that going on in the background?
To see
could be
whether
a very damaged Aston Martin as well.
Yep.
So we got Jacques in the Asrnz OG car round. It looks well damaged before it leaves the track here as we just pick it up in the replay.
Not the first time tonight for Damo, is it?
No.
Yeah, definitely not the first rodeo for that Lamborghini. I'm sure the mechanics will be hard at work there. Again, we just sideways around.
The Bent's Mudgeway Macrolos Smith battle continues to rage.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's a good battle.
And Campbell's come out for post pit stop just in front of Jordan Moss and P15. So first of the pit stoppers by my calculations. So good tidy stop there from Campbell, which would have been to the tune of 32 seconds. So perfect stop there for Mitchie, but a lot of pressure from Jordy Moss at the moment.
Yeah, Mitch is going for the dark horse here. The dark horse move in race 2. Just very, very fortunate to get that track position on Mossy there. Shouldn't hold him up too much. He has been running pretty good pace here in race 2. As we know, we spoke to him in between races. He's working himself back from P19, I think it was, or P21. So working himself from a long way back. But I would say he's currently running top 4, top 5 in real terms. So
Yeah, unlucky Mitchy Haas, mate. Feel for you. These things do happen occasionally.
just want to give a mention. Sorry, J-Man, quick mention to the movers and shakers. Uncle Joe Grimer is currently up 19 positions from his starting position. He's running in P13. Go get him, Uncle Joe. Good on you, mate.
Go,
That's superb.
Go, Joe.
Love it. Yep. Yeah, sure, he hasn't stopped yet, but we don't worry about that. That's P13. Mate, drink it up.
Kosa, first to second, 4.4 seconds now. So banking 2 minutes 16 laps now consistently as Jamie Kosa. So based out of the previous race, we wondered whether somebody could respond to Matty McEwen's first race, and Jamie Kosa's definitely doing that at this point. 16.6 that lap versus Matty McEwen 17.2. So
it's good race pace, isn't it, J-Man? 16.6 at this stage of the race. We're only halfway through.
Only
quick.
halfway through, and I noticed the shadows are already getting longer, and headlights obviously starting to come on some of the cars. Sun's definitely getting down in the sky. Race track temps, they really haven't snuck down too much, but the ambience definitely dropped a degree or two in the race duration. So as we pick up on Jordan Moss putting pressure on, that's Mitch Campbell actually.
Yep.
In the Ferrari. So nice work, Mitchie. Just not quite hooked up with that car tonight. It's been a bit of an up and down race for him.
It's a very good race car. It's not a great quality car. It's a very, very good race car though.
So we had a couple in the pits there. Is that Dayton, Mudgee and Smith? Yep.
Yep. So Fam's on the comeback after repairing that car. He's up to P25, just rounded up Phil Turner in the last half a lap or so. So he's on the comeback, trying to make the most of the point situation. Just looking down through.
Just watch Big Chan, J-Man. Currently running in P9. A lot of damage on that Bentley.
Yeah, so he obviously got involved lap 1 very, very early. He was the one that you saw at the end of the Kimmel Straight.
Yep.
Rotated round, so got a lot of work to do in that Bentley. Can't take my eyes off of this Jordan Moss and Mitchy Campbell battle. Is
not letting him go, is he? He's hanging on.
Chan caught Macrolos now too. That happened pretty quickly. Stop go 30 for Matty Dayton. One place you don't want to have to
for Matt Dayton.
Come back to the pit lane unexpectedly and it's Spa, but to come back unexpectedly and have to sit there for 30 seconds.
Oh, that's painful.
I feel like Matt Dayton's one of the ones this season that's left a lot of points out there. Qualified well, has good pace, race pace, but been unfortunate or just got caught up in things during the race and left a lot of points on the table. But definitely like a solid top 10 runner. Oh, Moss and Campbell battle.
Moss, it just,
shoulder.
I nearly had him. They went through like 3-4 quarters together. And it's just,
that'll fire Mossy up, I think.
So, yeah, good battle going on there. And, yeah, Mossy will be fired up.
It looked all fair to me.
No, it did.
Fair enough.
No, it did. It did.
Just find yourself on the outside when you don't want to be.
Yeah, a little bit of a wriggle, and you know, you just got a little bit less room to work with than what you wished you had. Wadsworth very close on the back of Collins too, as we speak. Under 20 minutes to go. What have we got? 18 minutes and 20 seconds, ladies and gentlemen.
This one with all the drama at the start, I'll tell you what, has fired through pretty damn quickly.
It has.
So that was Carter. Yeah, Carter, Webley, Bent in the pit. So just a little bit of a shuffle around there.
Yeah, Webley was running quite strong, wasn't he? So it should be a fresh set of tyres, I suspect, for the last half of this race.
Yep.
Looks good, the Marlboro Ford. I know
The Marlboro Mustang.
Yeah, I know it's not culturally couth these days to remark on former tobacco sponsors, but gee, those Marlboro cars, I just remember all the old Formula One cars, and so iconic to me, that livery, and just makes me smile whenever I see it, honestly, the Marlboro car.
I don't know, in Australia, it's sort of...
Love it.
It's everybody thinks about Brock when
Brock.
they see that car.
You had the Peter Jackson car, that was Seaton, wasn't it?
So, who we got with a Dayton with the stop go? What did you say, J-Man?
No, closer to the lane to make his official pit stop. So Matt McEwen takes the lead of this race. So just, there was a good around 4.5, 5 seconds, the margin there. So much the same as we saw. It was a similar margin that McEwen had over Antoon in race 1. And then when he came out, it was about 11. So it'll be interesting to see what Kosa makes of this and what he does with traffic and where he ends up. So there's a big gap between Steve Melling and the 26 car, which will be...
Just look at the train behind Collins' car at the moment.
Brandon Webley. So there's a big gap. If he can slot somewhere in that gap there, he'll be in a really, really sweet spot.
Steve Rees just did a personal best last lap, a 17.9, which for us mere mortals is a very fast lap.
Yes.
But for Steve Rees, that's quite slow.
That's a race lap.
Well, you look at his competitors. McEwen was a 17.3. So that's the damage that Steve Rees is dealing with here. It's worth at least 6 or 7 tenths a lap. But he's decided to stick it out. So it mustn't be. It's not, major behavior altering damage. It's enough where he's managing it and he's just putting in lap times. I would suspect that he won't repair in his pit stop. He's still yet to stop. So he'll be hoping to, just do a nice 32, 33 second stop here and limit the damage. I think Steve Rees is quickly becoming the king of the, of the recovery drive. He's had 3 in a row now and he's strong.
Yeah, I would imagine that car is in the shop for a while there, Mr. Antoon, aka Maverick. That was a biggie, mate. It's the biggest I've seen in a very, very long time.
Oh, we've got Phil in the chat on YouTube.
We have. Now, that was a meet and drink stop for Jamie Kosa, 32 seconds. No penalties, so he gets that done and does slot into that air gap that I spoke of between Webley and Steve Melling. So absolutely fresh air for Dave. For Jamie Kosa now. So perfect strategy there from my gathering is I think he's just absolutely nailed that. And he's nailed that for track position as well.
As we just
look
see,
at this Campbell
Grimmer.
and Moss battle, guys. Look at this.
Oh, look at Robinson and Collins. They're going at...
Oh,
Moss.
Campbell is snow ploughing. Moss.
What happened there? Oh, Ben's just literally pulling it off the track and parking it. Obviously, a hardware issue there for Ben's.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, clearly pulled it off.
Oh, who's this? Who was that?
We've got Simpson on. Oh, it's just going off everywhere at the moment. Simpson on Turner. Turner on Simpson.
Smith on Robertson is another hot one. With Collins just in front.
And then we got the Mossy Campbell battle going on.
I wonder what's happened to Fodado and Pham. Did they get caught up in that?
Oh,
in that one?
Pham got hit.
Pham went off.
Went
we saw
off.
Pham,
Yeah.
What happened to Fotodo? He's down in P22. Was he part of that big wreck?
I think he got... Did he get turned? No, that was race 1. Oh, no, maybe he did. No, maybe he did get rotated.
Yeah, I think, you're talking about Shane. I think Shane did go around in that in that melee there.
That big incident.
Yeah. I think he was one of the initial cars. I think he was their first car that
it's
got
one of those
pushed
tracks.
around, so.
Yeah, it's one of those tracks where incidents have a gravity like a black hole. They're usually at Stabilo or at Eau Rouge, but wherever they are, it's usually a high-speed part of the track, and when you get there, everyone's stopped in front of you, you know? So, very difficult to avoid. They have their own gravity here, accidents at Spa.
McEwen in the lane, boys, so we're about to see what the margin looks like and what a stop looks like compared to Jamie Kosa. So this is effectively the overcut, or trying to cover the undercut a couple of laps later.
Steve Rees, pre-pit stopping, has, found himself back in P1. He hasn't stopped
Who's
yet,
that
clearly.
sideways side down to Rouge? That was Mitchy Smith, and and I think that was Robertson.
So Robertson?
Yeah, I think it was Robertson. You were picking that up on the replay.
Yep.
Nev Shields putting pressure on T-Fam. T-Fam on a recovery drive now.
Yep.
So McEwen still on the jacks. I'll give you a read on the timer. So McEwen on the jacks, he's 21 seconds in. Can you give me a read on Kosa's position on the track, Rusty?
Yeah, he's in P5. He's just coming up to La Source now. He's just crossed the start-finish line.
Okay, McEwen off the jacks with a 32-second stop. So
okay, depends on where his pit box is, depending on how, relative to Jamie, where he's going to end up. How far does he have to go?
He's gone.
He's gone?
Yeah, he's got him now, just right where he releases the control line. So we'll get a read on that margin.
Jamie's well in front.
Yeah.
Yeah, big, strong gap.
Yep, 10 minutes and about, 10 and a half minutes, nearly exactly, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
7 seconds to make up. That's the key. 5 laps, we think. 4 laps from here. 4 or 5.
Oh, yeah, 4 or 5. Yep.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be making 2 seconds a lap on Jamie Kosa. I don't think anyone makes 2 seconds a lap.
Brad Robertson just been issued a drive-through penalty for track limits. It's going to take him out of that Chan Smith battle, guys, which is unfortunate.
Currently running P10 in the championship overall, and I believe P3 in the silver class championship battle. Brad Robertson, little quiet achiever in the Dr. PP car.
That one's going to sting then.
Certainly. Sam Carson, one of his rivals, 777 teammates, but rivals on track. He's currently running P9, having a very good race. Stu Arrowsmith, obviously, leading the silver class. Currently running in P23. I don't know what's happened to Stu this race, if there's been an incident or if we're just waiting for the pit stops to shake out. But P23 doesn't feel right.
It's getting late for the pit stops to shake out.
It is.
We usually get a pretty good read on it. Yep. Yep.
Nice to see Nev Shields not rolling over.
Fotodo. Yeah, it's on, isn't it?
It's like, mate, you're going to have to come and earn it as we see Macrolos peel off to the pits.
Rees is now the only car yet to stop.
So that margin, McEwen to Kosa, appears to be stretched out to about 8.5 seconds, boys.
The way I'm seeing it, I think that Rees comes back out around 8 or 9, I think. Just trying to do the calculations in my head, which is never a good thing. This is why I didn't work at Woolworths when I was a kid, because I couldn't work the till.
Didn't you bring your abacus?
No, not tonight.
Yeah,
But I do think he's going to be
come
about
out
8-9.
He may even come out somewhere near Jordan Moss, Mitchie Campbell, mate. He may come out ahead of
Peter Carson, 7th, 8th, thereabouts. 7, 8, 9. I think he's in that region. It's a close battle between those three guys. Which is now 6, 7, 8. Moss finds himself in P6. He's such a quiet achiever in these races, Jordan Moss. He just goes about his business. He had that battle with Campbell. He's now dropped Campbell. Campbell's 2.5 seconds behind.
Yeah, Campbell's got pressure from Carson. So Mossy did a good job. Eight spots up. Mitch Campbell, 12 spots. Carson up 5. Wadsworth up 6. Mudgeway up 12 spots. So what just happened there? Just flicked to Mudgeway. Oh, there was a car that just, maybe Jacob Wadsworth just ran a little deep, got out the way. But Mudgey's got all the attention he needs right now from Vic Chan, who has been on the move in the recent past. And this will be a good recovery from Vic, who we saw around very, very early at the end of the Kemmel Straight. So to be a good recovery, to be obviously in the 10 and inside, and maybe get inside it.
Just a little update on the AM class, guys. Nev Shields currently leading the AM class drivers in P19. Phil Turner, championship leader in the AM class, running in P21. Just trying to look who's running well in the Pro-Am class. I think Damien Jarks is leading the Pro-Am class in P18. Oh, is Steve Wilton perhaps? I think Wilton's actually leading P16. Your leading Pro-Am runner.
Oh, look at Smith and Wadsworth in the background, in behind 10, and I don't know who you look at. Here we go. Oh, no, both of them. Oh no.
No one hit the wall though, right?
Oh yeah,
no, Wadsworth didn't just hit it. He, made contact.
All right. Okay. Oh no. Oh.
It was Smith, I think, that made the contact. Oh. Gosh. Wow.
Definitely a slap on the wall.
Rees into the lane, boys. Rees is into the lane. Last of the stoppers.
So he took it all the way to the end of the race with that damaged car. I would suspect he's bolting on a set of really used tyres here for the last 5 minutes.
Look at the run from Chan.
Yeah, Chan. Mudgeway. Tucked up right up. That thing would be daunting in the mirrors.
Oh, look at the size of it.
The bonnet's bouncing around on it too. It's rough. It's rough as guts, that Bentley.
Yeah, maybe he's thinking, oh, geez, I'm not the first one. I won't be the last one. He's welted with the front of that thing.
The serial thriller, the Bentley.
Oh, dear. So Chan goes at it. More than capable driver here. Big Chan making a bit of a comeback. The big Stappen, that's the one. That's Smith in the background. Not that far behind, actually.
Nev Shields is actually putting pressure on Shane Fotido here. Something happened there.
Yeah, well, they've been trading.
Oh, no. Fotido's just got through, guys.
Ah, right.
Yep.
Really strong run, though, from Nev Shields, running P20. Leading M-class driver.
Oh, Chan. Are they going to get so much? Oh, Chan's got the over. No.
They both chuck it into Blanchimont.
Oh, here we go.
Mudgey's got the preferred line here.
Oh, no. Smith takes advantage. Oh, Chan turns it around. Hendo through.
Well, again, this is going to have implications on the championship.
So Rees appears to have come out.
P5, guys.
P5.
He is the recovery king. I'm telling you, this is
Yeah.
now his new. This is his new character persona here at ASRNZ. He's the recovery guy. I think his last 3 drives, I think the last 3 drives he's hit the wall and he's finished P4, P5, and maybe P in those drives. So,
and if Mav's still watching, he's going to be like, "Shut up, Rusty."
God.
Yeah, great recovery. I think to dig deep. Obviously, Mav not so lucky. That thing just didn't even want to make it round. Not sure whether he got a meatball flag, but that thing was proper busted. Yeah. No such misfortune though for Jamie Kosa out there by 9.5 seconds. Now, last lap round, guys, was a 2:16.870. So that thing has had serious pace the whole race. So good stuff here. He'll only have
1 to go.
1 to go, yep. As he just crosses the line with 2 minutes and 7 seconds to go. This will be it.
Great response, isn't it, from Jamie Kosa? Qualified on pole in race 1.
Yep.
Looking good for the win here in race 2. Got a nice gap to P2. Matt McEwen, special mention to Matt McEwen, obviously top of the pops in the New Zealand esports qualifying event here at ASRNZ last weekend at Red Bull Ring. There's another one coming up this weekend, isn't there, guys? Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it this weekend or is it next weekend?
Yeah, this weekend at Spa, mate. Enduro.
So he's getting some good laps in, some good time in here.
He is, and great little battle going on here. Not sure. So Stewie Aerosmith, Phil Turner. It was relatively close. So Aerosmith shouldn't have too much issue driving away as long as the car's good from Phil. And then Robinson, obviously after that, ever coming together earlier is on a recovery mode. P24 is just trying to hunt down Kenny Simpson late in the piece here. Reese, you think Reese can go one better and grab John Carter here before the end?
I think he's going to have a crack. 1 lap to do it. He did this last week to Henderson. Got him on the last lap at Red Bull Ring.
Yep.
To get himself into P4. It's a repeat. Can he do it again? Just looking down the run, guys. Steve Wilton, your leading Pro-Am class runner, P15. He'll be very pleased with that.
Very wide out of the left.
Yeah, great job from Farmer.
Jordan Moss, your leading silver. Oh no, John Carter, your silver leading silver class runner. Good night out for the silver
getting
class.
Worked over right now as Jamie Kosa comes out of the final corner, Davo, to take this victory and a well-earned one. Good response from the 551 car of Jamie Kosa to come bounce back in race 2 and take the victory over Matthew McEwen, and over a very, very good recovery drive also from Brandon Webley as we stick with this little battle here, because these are the next 2 cars. It's John Carter and Steve Rees. Can Carter hang on for this top 4?
Oh,
they both took it a little bit.
Oh, and Rees, he's got the run.
Rees has got the run. And he just does, what did you say, Rusty? Did it a week before. He does it again.
Into 4th position. Wow.
Over John Carter. And then Jordan Moss coming in for a very, very good top 6. You know, you often mention Rusty, this guy works his way forward through the night. He's had mixed fortunes this season, has Jordan Moss, but a P6 will be a welcome addition to his finish rate. And Sam Carson with a great drive. Mitchie Campbell, P8 is a great drive. Mark Mudgway, welcome back, P9. Top 10 here is a great result. Over Mitchie Smith, Nathan Henderson, Vic Chan, Costa Macrolos, just holds off Ben Collins. And then, as you mentioned, I think Farmer was the top.
Farmer in 15th.
Yep, the top Pro-Am. So great job there. And then a late position change here. Shane Fotodo, Jamie and Jones.
On
Oh,
Jones, very
Jones
sideways.
whips it up out of the final turn.
Another late
Shields and
change as
Fam.
well as Shields and Fam as they run across the line.
Oh,
Aerosmith tucked in behind all that going on in 21st. Turner across the line. Robertson, Kenny Simpson running up to the final complex of corners.
yeah, Melling pretty close behind.
Milling through the corners as well. Dayton. Then we have Davison, Green, Grimmer, Bent rounding at the top 30. Wow.
Big points were made tonight, guys. Big points differentials in that race too, especially.
Yeah.
Didn't that ramp up?
It did. Well, we'll just quickly see how many guys we can get down here, and we'll start off with P3 here tonight. Brandon Webley. Sorry to drag you out there, mate. Probably mid-conversation. Hey, mate. Good comeback drive after what was just a bloody shocking race one. But yeah. Hey, look, mate. That was a solid drive. Plenty going on, and you managed to avoid that carnage in the middle, mate. Give us a summary of your race two, because we won't dwell on race one too much, mate.
I pretty much just got lucky, I guess, because I don't think I was driving particularly well, to be honest. So, yeah, just a bit of luck, I guess. You got to have it sometimes.
Yeah, I think at the start of that one, it did look like you had legitimate pressure, putting pressure on the likes of. I think you did catch back up to that trio that was up the front with McEwen, Antoon, Kosa and co. I felt like you legit did actually catch back up and looked like you were going to be in there for a battle, mate. So, don't be too hard on yourself.
I think I went a bit too aggressive on the setup because I caught them, but then my tyres were stuffed. So, yeah, the race before I put the wing up and then I just kept understeering off the track and I got a drive through. So then, so now this race I left the wing low and then cooked my tyres.
I don't know too much about the Mustang. I don't think I've ever driven it in ACC, but
Ian, forward to what you've got next time out, mate. Cheers for the chat. And
I was just I was perfectly happy to watch those two go at it, and I could see it coming a mile away, and I don't know how they didn't, and so it was just an absolute gift for me, and it's a shame that I lost a bit of time waiting for them to do that, and couldn't have a good battle with Jamie Kosa.
Yep, and definitely comparable pace there. It was interesting because the pace that you put on those 16s that you laid down in race one, and then vice versa in the second one, it felt like Kosa maybe had the better tyre underneath in race two, and the gap was already made. But nonetheless, a good shakedown, mate, for what is to be this coming Saturday night. Matt, we talked to you this time a few days ago. I think I had a quick chat to you, and you'd be confident coming out of this one.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the whole purpose of this, really. I asked the admins if I could sneak a wildcard entry, and they were more than happy to. So I was, myself more than happy to just jump in, try to scope out what it's like racing, what it's like trying to watch people from behind, or get caught up in traffic and whatnot. Because I really haven't had a lot of practice with that, and so I really needed something like that, and it's been really, really quite informative today.
Matty, it's Rusty. It's nice to meet you, mate. I just want to say for race one, it was a really great drive and a really epic performance, and not too many people have come to Asrnz and won their first race out. You're in very, very rare company. I think we counted. I think there was like 3 or 4 people that we could count off the top of our heads who have won their first race at Asrnz. But you're in pretty rare air, mate. So congratulations and really well done. You're pretty hot out there, mate. So good stuff.
Yeah,
I'm sweating.
That's probably over a 10 or so year period. So yeah, well done, Matt. And hey, mate, always appreciate the chat. And hoping that we get this opportunity again this time in a couple of nights' time, mate. So cheers for the chat, and we'll leave you to it. Thanks, Matthew.
Awesome. Yeah, hope to see you then.
Cheers, matey. All right, so that was Matt McEwen racing from the McEwen Racing stable and taking P2. Anyway, the guy I want to talk to, because this was a hell of a performance in race 2, was Jamie Kosa. You got us on comms, mate?
Will do.
Mate, you settled the score that time, mate. That was a much, much better performance. Give us a bit of an insight to A, the start of that race, B, what you saw in your mirrors, and C, how'd you feel about that performance overall tonight?
Yeah, cheers. The tyre strategy worked out. So I knew I'd be pretty handy, and it sounded like Steve had perhaps not the best of tyres. So I knew I just had to kind of trail him closely and just wait for him to make a mistake. And I got a run. Did shoot a little bit deep in the last chicane there, but I managed to pull it up, and I think that put him in a pretty difficult spot with Mav, and then they were gone after that. I didn't see them, which is unfortunate.
Rouge strikes again for those two, I'm afraid. They went side by side through there, and as you know, when you go side by side through there, you're taking your life in your own hands, really. So it was inevitable to a degree.
Yeah, it left me to just I guess manage things out the front. I was okay with the 2 brand new tyres basically on both stints, so yeah, it was pretty straightforward, I suppose, which is nice.
Yeah, and so I'm curious, Jamie, to obviously once you got through, once you were sort of pressing on race 1, I saw you were sort of hovering around those low 17s on that set of tyres and those conditions. Obviously, race 2 was a lot later in the day. You speak of the good rubber that you had, but do you think that the time of day plus the rubber played a factor? As I just said to Matty McEwen there, it was a role reversal on the times. We just saw you consistently backing 16.8, 16.6s throughout that race, and where he was sort of hovering around that 17.0 to 17.2 sort of thing. So was the time of the day, did that play into the hands as well?
Maybe a little bit, though it can get a little bit more slipperier, which is not great in terms of a race trim and trying to keep your tyres together.
Yep.
So you didn't want to use the grip, so to speak, because you'd be sliding your way around the track, which is the quickest way in those conditions, kind of. So yeah, it was a bit of a role reversal, really. I was just quicker with my good tyres in this race, and Matthew was quicker in the first race with his better tyres.
Yeah, very good battle though. On the clock, great pit stop, came out, stretched another 4 odd seconds after the pit stop. So that was pretty much meat and drink. That you guys are nailing that stuff. Those 32-second stops, pretty much on the money. But yeah, super impressed with your performance, race 2 there, Jamie. I was hoping that someone was going to step up and challenge McEwen, because otherwise that would have been 4 on the trot we have broadcast the last few days. So well done to that. Happy to see you back up on the top step of the podium, mate. And congrats. Enjoy that one.
Thanks very much. See you next week.
Well done, mate.
Cheers, JC. Ah, fellas, that's
what a performance! What a race! What a night! What a weekend!
Highs and lows, mate.
Spa.
Highs and lows.
It always delivers, doesn't it, Spa? Every single time.
Yes, like no matter the format.
No matter the format, Spa is there, putting a hand on your shoulder and saying, "Don't worry, I got this. It's going to be fine. You're going to enjoy it."
And then scare the shit out of you. So, yeah, top evening, gents. Once again, heaps of great battles throughout the field. Hard to keep up with sometimes. We were very busy in race 1. Weren't we? With so much going on. But yeah, awesome to call it with you guys again tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for staying connected. For the Asrnz 2024 GT3 Series 2 Round 6 here at Spa, boys. We got to spin the wheel. We got to give stuff away. All right. So.
All right, mate.
We're gonna.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do this. Okay, who's going first tonight?
Rusty.
Rusty's
Right.
going.
Actually, no. Yeah. My spinning on the money side of it's not being flashed, so I'm going to do the first one. I'm going to grab the name Rusty and spin the money.
No, money first. Come on, let's
We'll
go.
let the guys in the production van
Okay, I'll spin the money
it.
then.
Oh,
Yeah.
we get the junk guys up here. Let's go.
Yep.
Okay,
All right, here
ready?
they are, wiping the Belgian chocolate off their face, drinking their Belgian beer. Yep. The wooden imps are in. Okay, off they go.
Here we go.
You gonna stop on?
Oh, she's going to stop on
Oh, they're tight here in Belgium.
the 25. I don't know what the exchange rate's like either, Rusty.
Yeah,
so,
the euro. It's volatile at the moment.
And who is that going to? Oh, hang on. What's going on? That's not working right. Okay. We are going to spin it. J-Man, who are we going to give this away to? Wind it up, mate.
Here we go.
Oh, it's Brandon Webley.
Yeah.
Nicely done. A podium and a chocolate wheel.
And a chocolate wheel. So nice, nice gig for Brandon tonight. Thanks to obviously MATCHFIT Entertainment and Race Command for all of that chocolate wheel goodness there tonight. Our people will be in touch with your people, and we'll get things sorted in the mail as usual. Like I said, gents, great call again tonight. Some super intense racing. We're so busy in race one. Yeah, awesome.
On to Snetterton next round, guys. So,
oh, God.
If you're not familiar with Snetterton, well, taking it from David.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm guessing he is familiar with Snetterton.
I'm a fan.
I love Snetterton. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's a very traditional British track. So it is a super sprint round next round at Snetterton. That means it's going to be chaos. It is tight. It's fast. It's twisty.
Short
There's not
races.
a lot of room. Short races. No pit stops. Go to woe. It's going to be on. So 100% maximum throttle next weekend. Don't miss it.
Next level. That's for sure. Look, please hit the like and subscribe button and hit your notifications so you can keep up with all of this MATCHFIT goodness that's coming to you guys. That's been a wrap for tonight here for Asrnz's 2024 GT3 Series 2. Thanks, Rusty. Thanks, J-Man. And we'll be back next week at Snetterton for the Super Sprint. It's going to be awesome. Bye for now.